All right. On the 1 and 2 for you, this is DJ Torch. Let me clear that out. Let me get this party started. Like to welcome everybody to holidays. We're going to get this going right now.
We're just going to get rid of this whole mouthful.
No! What did these men bring today?
Hey guys, my name is Carmen Sarfo, representing Ghana, West Africa.
What's up? My name is AC Carey from the Lower East Side of New York City.
My name is Jumar from Newark, New Jersey.
And we made brunch.
Welcome to Play Today. My
All right, here we go.
name is Kayleen.
And I'm Tia.
And we are here to set up Miss Mamas with a man who knows a little something about brunch. You're a brunch girl, right?
Yes, I love brunch.
I love brunch. We love brunch. We love mimosas. We love to party.
Yes.
So we are going to give you 3 plates of brunch, 3 men, and you're going to choose who you want to date based on those plates.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Long Island.
So is brunch a must in your city?
Definitely a must. Saturday, Sunday, it's time to go to brunch with the girls,
Yes.
get everyone together.
Have you ever gone to brunch with a guy before?
No, not yet.
But you see the guys at brunch, though. You see them.
Oh, yeah, you definitely see them.
They're always with their other guys
Nice
doing
eye
their
candy.
thing. You know, nice eye candy. Sometimes they'll send you a mimosa to your table. You like, thank you. If you had to choose, put it on a plate, what is your type?
Okay, when it comes to my plate, I am probably the world's most pickiest eater. Like, I'm very specific. If it's my pancakes, I like the thin and crispy ones.
Oh, me too.
I like my bacon crispy.
Yes.
And my egg scrambled, well.
Okay. And then what about the person you're dating?
The person I'm dating, I like him to look clean cut, nice voice, well dressed, you know, take care of yourself, great hygiene. I'm super picky in those areas.
Big. Yeah. So now how confident are you guys that you're going to win? Because there can only be one winner.
Yeah, I think a scale of 1 to 10. I'm feeling like 8.5. I'm gonna just be a little humble with it.
I'm gonna give it a smooth, calm 15.
Oh, that's energy.
Come on, man.
Okay, we got humble and we got ambitious. Got it.
I won't sound arrogant, but I say let the dishes speak for themselves.
Damn.
Okay.
This man over here, this king on some king shit on the
Chill.
phone.
He's
Yeah,
real
just
chill
like-
with it.
My
Yeah,
fault, dog.
it's like
My
I do
fault.
this. I know what I'm doing. It is what it is.
If you were to win a date, where would you take your bachelorette on a first date?
This brunch spot, I'll probably take him to the Lower East Side. This spot called Poco.
Probably like go listen to some music, have a couple drinks.
I gotta be the extra one. So we're going to Dubai. All right, because I don't know if y'all seen, but some of them travel nurses go to Dubai. There's like this thing where they sit in the sky on this little. It's basically dinner in the sky.
What you doing for them Dubai tickets?
I got some points. Oh my.
I hope. I mean, the best man win.
All right, AC. So tell me what is on this plate because it's brunch.
I do fancy breakfast at times. On the plate, you see some cut up.
Wait a minute. I mean, I'd eat it, but let me just like
French toast.
It's a little burnt, just a little bit.
I mean, that's the texture, you know, texture.
Okay. Now, what are these hockey pucks here?
Would you believe it or not? Those are turkey sausages.
Whoa! Would have never known. And then we got these little pieces of what looks like garlic.
No, that's actually mozzarella from the cabinet over there. I was like,
So you just said we're just gonna throw something on the
you
plate.
gotta add it. Yo.
Hopefully, save us.
Maybe if they threw it in the microwave and melted the mozzarella, she could have used as a dipper, you know?
A dip.
A dip, you know?
A dip for okay, sure. Tell us about this plate and how it relates to you, AC.
It doesn't look like a traditional plate you'll get at a brunch spot because I'm more of a homebody. This is a plate you'll get at home. That's about it. Homebody, home plate, home good food.
Okay.
It looks a little dry, but it looks edible. Definitely feel like I need some syrup. Presentation, it could have been a little bit better.
Okay.
Maybe a little powdered sugar on the French toast.
Well, you look like you're having trouble with
Oh, Lord.
the French toast.
Let me-
Okay, you don't look appetized at all.
But I mean, she enjoyed it.
It's dry. The eggs are really well done.
Oh, they're overly done.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sausage, it looks all right.
How attractive do you think this person is based on this plate?
We're going to give them a solid 7.
That's actually pretty high for a plate you're looking at a little crazy.
It looks like they took their time, so I want to give them credit for that. Maybe they might have left to go get ready and left it in the pan a little bit too long.
Damn, girl.
I mean, definitely what I see right there is you're not impressing anybody with this dish. I mean, yeah, I think a woman would say you better look good if you're cooking like this.
The eggs are probably the best thing on the plate.
Okay.
There's some peppers in there, some greenery, a little cheese.
So I think that they actually wanted you to taste this with a mimosa.
Okay.
They got you a little mimosa as well.
Oh, how sweet.
Let's see if that helps a little bit with the whole meal.
No,
Oh no.
it didn't
Oh
help.
no.
Damn.
Oh.
But on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give this plate?
I'm gonna give it a solid 4.
You came prepared. This is a very colorful plate.
I tried to make it a little elaborate. So I made Alaskan salmon, Belgian waffle, home fries with peppers and onions, and
Okay, before we go further, let's rate this dish so far. Let's rate the dish so far. I'm gonna let it go a little further. So you
chicken
can get,
tenders.
okay, there it is. Rate the dish from 1 to 10. Rate the dish from 1 to 10. Here we go. All right, we got the numbers in. Yeah, okay, we got a couple ones in here. And we got some 4s in here. Shout out to Gold Reflection, Ellen Ripley, Mistress Newbie, Bridget Mouton, Fiona's up in here. We got everybody up in here. Kittens and Caskets. We got everybody. The gangs are here. Okay. Okay, we got the numbers in. Let's keep going.
Did you make the waffle, or is that a homemade waffle, or
That
is
is
that
not a homemade waffle.
this is a frozen waffle?
That is a frozen waffle.
Now, is this what?
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, hey, look, he still threw it together. I still give him some throw it together points. You know what I mean? Indy, Anna, mom in the house. Here we go.
Do you usually eat at brunch?
I like salmon. You know what I'm saying, I like its nutritious value and it's good.
Now, how confident are you that you're gonna win based on this plate?
103. Let's say 103.
How does this whole plate describe you?
With the waffle, it don't really describe me. It's a bunch of little squares, but it got a strawberry and a banana on top of it. Girls like strawberries and bananas. It's easy.
The picky eater in me is coming out. They definitely tried to put an effort in their presentation. It looks like salmon, but it wasn't cut very well. Looks like they
Uh-oh.
kind of just broke it apart. I don't know if that other piece is salmon or if that's chicken, but if that's trying to be chicken and waffles, what are we doing here? Let's start with the home fries. This looks the best on the plate. Okay, these are good. There's personality here.
Oh, ooh,
Okay.
we got a little nod.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
What do you think this guy looks like based on this plate?
I'm gonna say he's definitely handsome, raised right, because somebody taught him how to make these home fries.
So he's probably a mama's boy.
Definitely mama's boy.
I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve. She can see me.
I wasn't raised right on my plate. What's going on?
Let's try this waffle thing here. Is this store-bought?
Oh,
Is it-
Archie, yes. she, hey, look, fellas. Black women are connoisseurs of food, so you better be careful.
I don't
Like
know if
that.
I believe that he made this. This is probably that fluffy Eggo waffle, and he got some strawberry compote from the freezer section.
She is psychic.
Good chicken, I'm assuming.
Can we get a zoom in on this chicken? What does this chicken look like?
Woo, I can't believe I swallowed that. It's like a chicken tender, but it's like steamed or boiled or something. It has no sear to it, so I definitely can't say this got cooked in the pan.
What do you think he does as a job?
You know how like when someone's starting up a business and they have all these ideas and they just are kind of like putting it together? This seems like potatoes, chicken, salmon, waffle.
Just put it
Let's
together.
just throw it all together. I'm gonna say entrepreneur.
Okay. The salmon's that bad.
No, she did not spit that out.
I gotta give him some points for the home fries because I could go back to the home fries, but where did it go wrong? What are we doing here?
So tell me what you would envision a first date like to be with this guy.
I feel like he's the type to pull up to my door and like, oh, hi, really kind. And then like maybe he's
Mr. Scooby says this, my grandmother taught me how to cook, so I don't play about my cooking.
gonna take me to like Fridays instead of like fine dining.
So Applebee's, Fridays,
Ooh.
Denny's type of guy.
Yes.
Hey man, she kind of picked me apart, but she entitled to her own opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
Yeah, you're still in it. You're still in it.
Hopefully the third one will be better.
I really hope so. Like, please.
All right, so Mr. Dubai right here. Here we go.
Kwame, you already got me with the ginger beer.
Thank you.
Okay.
Little touch.
I love ginger beer. And it's the little things.
Some people don't
Yeah,
realize
Kwame's from Ghana. He's from Ghana. Very articulate. Very, very articulate. Let's see where this goes.
that. Some of the other contestants don't realize that. It's about the little things.
Not you throwing shade.
No, I'm just saying. Let's start with the basics. We have a nice brioche bun, drizzled with a little bit of cinnamon on top.
Uh-oh. He's breaking it down. Welcome, Letitia Lovejoy.
And we have some eggs in here. The sausage, it's a little burnt, but I like my food well done because that's how you know it's cooked properly.
Now, what type of sausage is this?
Wait a minute. I cook my food well done. That's how you know it's cooked properly. I don't know about that. Let's take another look.
The basics. We have a nice brioche bun, drizzled with a little bit of cinnamon on top. And we have some eggs in here. The sausage, it's a little burnt, but I like my food well done because that's how you know it's cooked properly.
Now, what type of sausage is this? Is this chicken?
So
is it pork?
is a Italian beef sausage.
So explain to me how Kwame is in this plate.
We can see Kwame's in this plate because first and foremost, and it's a dumb joke, but I'm gonna say it before they say it on Twitter. Every Ghanaian likes eggs, and I got that's what I got here. So I got some eggs for the nutritional value of it. I brought the fruit because I like to work out a lot. Like I like a healthy, active lifestyle. And honestly,
So you're healthy for this person.
I am. I'm very healthy for a person. They would love me.
Okay, so you have a healthy love. You exude healthy love.
I do. It's all about health, cheering, just cheerleading.
I would not know. I mean, I hear a little bit of an accent, but I would not know he's from Ghana. I would not.
Like I'm pouring water into the plant. Like she's a plant, I'm pouring water into her day by day.
Are you poetic too?
You know what? I'm not, but I will say I'm not gonna play the zodiac, but it's the Libra. It's the Libra in me sometimes.
You got a Libra.
We got a Libra in the building.
Okay. Ready. All right, final one. So we got a nice little concoction here and a drink.
Okay. A brunch hot dog.
So it's a French toast bun with, I think, eggs, sausage, and a drink.
Okay, hold on one second. I think my stream's going to be interrupted. Let me check. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, hit a 1. Hit a 1. Let me stop that for a second. Put something else on. Hit a 1 if you can still hear me. Okay. Look, cocoa butter, well, they do have a 607,000 folks in it. So, you know, let me stop that. I'm going to wait for the chat. So anyway, how's everybody doing? I want to know if you're looking forward to Christmas or not. 1, if you're looking forward to Christmas. 2, if you're not. Let me know. 1, if you're looking forward to Christmas. 2, if you're not. Yeah, I would say, let's see, 2 of my, I'm sorry, Mr. Snoopy. I'm sorry your dog passed away yesterday.
Let me tell you something.
All right, mic check 1, 2. Can you hear me out there? Let me know if you can hear me. Put a 2 in the chat this time. There we go. Here we go. We back. Here we go.
And the reason why I be telling y'all not to trip about these men and whatnot is because I I work in the healthcare field. I've been in the healthcare field since I was 18 years old. They're dying alone. They're dying alone. The women that's in these places, their daughters are coming and bringing them to the nail shops, getting their hair done, coming to see them every 2 weeks. You better ask somebody. I am the one who is right there when some of these men are taking their last breath. I have cleaned so many dead bodies, and guess what? Nobody showed up for them. Not their kids, not their wives, not their grand.
Wow. Okay. So I thought it was women that hit the wall, but it sounds like to me that it's and women that were dying alone with just their dogs, but it sounds like it's the men and they don't even have their dogs with them.
And kids, nobody came for them because why? They were not good men while they were alive. They're gonna
Boom.
continue dying alone. That's why I tell y'all don't trip. I'm physically seeing it on a daily basis, watching them all go by themselves. And this is their grandpas that they're talking about. These are the men that they're talking about. This is their grandpas that's dying alone. And it's going to be them. That's just the reality of shit. That's why I don't be worried about these men talking, because baby, I watch y'all every day. Go by yourselves with nobody on your side. Let me tell
Wow.
something. The
You
reason
know
why I
what?
be
That
telling
goes
y'all-
into much of what it is that we was just talking about from the last video. They want to be hunters and predators, always on the prowl. They want to have a good woman who loves him and provides a house, a home, and children for him, but he still want to be out there in the street hunting.
Exactly. I mean, there's the proof is in the pudding. We have literally all male rappers married to a female artist. That's for one. Okay.
Keep on hunting. Keep on hunting, because the children that you ignored one day are going to ignore you one day. The children you didn't care for one day ain't going to care for you one day. And the woman who you left for something that you thought that you could get better, she's going to leave you for something that she feels that she can get better. And the cycle continues. The difference is that the children are the future, and far too many of these men are not there for their children.
Yeah.
And children don't stay small forever. It's like these people are short-sighted. This is the fruit of your loins. You're not caring for your children either. You're not building stable relationships with other human beings that
Let me pause it right there. So we're here for to establish the relevance of the term when a woman hits the wall. But we never really went deep into how about men hitting the wall? Do men hit the wall? We got a lot of work to do tonight. We got a lot of work to do tonight. Let's listen a little bit more to Tanya TKO. Don't forget to like and subscribe her channel.
are deep, in depth, and have emotional, nutritional value for the both of you. I played a segment on this show where a man was like, "We not women. We have our friends to get away from being support." Okay. So then you go there, you just sit around playing your video games, not really talking to one another, not being support for one another. And then you see, you'll be in one room in some hospice, you'll be in another one somewhere else, and you won't know where each other are because you never even had contact information for them. You just met up on occasion whenever, when worst came to worst, you don't even know where they are. They don't know where you're at. And he's in a home somewhere, you in a home somewhere. You never had a good friendship when you were young. Now you dying in separate hospice cares alone. I don't know what else to say about this. How many more nurses, how many more hospice care workers, how many more of these people in the health field do we have to have come out and say that these men are dying alone? But there is
Boom. Boom. There it is. I mean, it's like this. If you want to mock women for hitting the wall, then you would think women would mock men for hitting the floor, because we die earlier than Black women do. So, there's a saying, you may not laugh first, but you might laugh last. But the best thing to do is just not laugh at all. Mocking a woman for being 30 is ridiculous and really delusional. But it's just another piece in a long list of insults that specifically Black men throw on Black women, because no other race of man talks about a woman being 30 and hitting the wall. If they did, they'd long stop that foolishness. Let's keep this going.
They're in denial. You'll see them in the comments. They're in denial about what is truly happening, and they'll start screaming out, better get yourself a cat. All right, okay. At least you'll be caring for an animal. At least she'll have community around her. So when she puts down her little cat feed, she'll go out to the bingo hall. She'll go out on her cruise. How many of you know old women and what these old women are doing with their lives? And how many of you know old men and what the old men are doing with their lives? Oh, I don't need to see none of it. I didn't see this when what I need to go to China for. What I need to do this for. Them Chinese people ain't never deal.
He's hacking up. But basically, I mean, come on. I'll tell you one thing, there are some fine looking women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And even if the woman was perfect, are you really ready for a perfect relationship? Let's break it down like this. This is Hip Hop Hollywood, which tells you, here we go.
Monet Bell started out looking for love on FYI's.
By the way, I think it's safe to say that hip hop is the ground zero for the modern Black community as far as damage is concerned. Let me keep it going. I can explain it later, but I'm going to save it for another stream.
Married at first sight. And although the experiment failed,
We're trying to be real nice here, but let's just get to the bottom line.
it.
Don't work.
Bell hasn't given up on finding success in love, which led her to another show. #Black Love.
All right, come on, let's cheers. Cheers to good sex. So what? Cheers to good sex. Oh, I thought you said group sex. No, we're not that type of group.
When I went into Married at First Sight, I was looking for love. Like, I wanted to get married. I just didn't want to do it myself. I was tired. Like, they offered it and said that they could do better than me. So I was going to go for it. This show, I think, is not really a date. It's not a dating show. It really is.
It's not a dating show. It's really
more about figuring out. Jack always says how to get out of your own way. That's
interesting.
Really
Let's keep it going.
What it's about.
Black Love follows Monet and 4 of her feisty friends in New York, not only looking for companionship, but also exploring personal issues that may be blocking them from finding a fulfilling relationship. With the help of experts Jack Daniels and Damona Hoffman, the women experience breakthroughs on the path to love.
I struggle with being vulnerable and just trusting if I'm with someone, trusting them to give my emotions over to them and trusting them to take care of me. And so a lot of times I tend to hold things back.
And while Belle faces those...
Very interesting. Very interesting in the house. We have Ellen Ripley, D9, New Diamond, Mr. Snoopy, Indiana Mom, Bridget. We got everybody up in here. Fiona, Letitia Lovejoy, Gold Reflection, Natural Kish, Kittens in Caskets, in a space, in a place where everyone is welcome. Let's keep it going.
Those fears on Black love, she also has to face the fact that many Black men just don't want to date Black women. That point was evident on the current season of Married at First Sight, and it struck a nerve with several viewers.
Many of
Welcome to our Willie in the house.
our African American men have no interest in marrying an African American woman.
I've never dated an African American woman.
I would prefer the person that I'm going to be with for the rest of my life to not be my own race.
I pretty much just date outside of my race.
Wow. That's crazy. Let's keep it going. Let's find out why. Let's find out why.
No question in my mind that Black men love Black women. I don't question that at all. But based upon the pool of Black men that they were working with, the pool of Black women that wanted Black men, it's pure fact, outnumbered the pool of Black men that wanted Black women. And it was boggling my mind because they were in Atlanta. And I was like, what are you?
There. This is going to be my first Black woman roast of the year. Well, actually not the first. I think I did a roast last year, but this is what Cynthia G was talking about. That this is when being race loyal goes wrong. Let me put it that way. You've seen how these men think. They want you to be loyal to them racially, right? But you see how they are. They don't want to be race loyal to you. Welcome, Strum, in the house. Let's keep it going. Strum says, I'm Hispanic and I prefer not to marry Hispanic. Uh-oh. Strum. Anyway, here we go.
You mean, of all places in the country, you mean to tell me there aren't enough?
And speaking of a small pool, Belle is working with a pretty tiny one in New York.
I've debated this numerous times. I don't know from a strictly number standpoint if there are enough successful, eligible Black men for the amount of successful, eligible Black women.
You can see
I would agree with that, but I'm sorry, that's just another argument for dating out. I mean, if you run across an amazing Black man, Russell Wilson and whatnot, perfect. If you don't, well, you don't want to end up, with an Offset, that's for sure. You don't want to, end up with a Jermel Charlo. Let's break down something else. I want you to hear how a male-identified woman identifies women. Here we go.
The bitter they get, the harder it is for them to get into a relationship, the harder it is for them to be cooperative. Women always have something to say when a man is with somebody who is younger than him, but let a woman come out and be with a man who is super young. People be like, I know that's right, girl. She still got it. They will defend women being...
Actually, nobody says that. Sorry. See, that's the one thing that bothers me about red pill men or women. They lie a lot. They just kind of say things off the top of their head. I'm not going to say each and every one of them do, but women like this one do. They're literally just making up things to make men mad so they can get super chats. That's basically what's going on. And don't worry about it. I mean, she might as well be a dude too, because dudes do the same thing. They start making up things on the top of their head. Well, Black women this and Black women that, and ignoring all the other factors or facts as it's at facts. Let's just call it that way. Here we go.
Out here and being impregnated and being baby mamas, they are the ones.
She seems to forget who does the impregnating. That's the funny part. And I guarantee you, this woman right here has been disrespected and abused by Black men as well. Because for some reason, the women that tend to get disrespected the most when it comes to Black men are male identified women. Women that will do anything for their man. Because, see, other black women, they're not going to stay around for this foolishness. They might get knocked and disrespected walking out the door, but they're walking out the door. Some women, it takes some time. Sometimes they might start off being male identified, but then after enough abuse, enough is enough, it's like, okay, I'm out. I'm out. But I guarantee you, all the women, oh, here's a perfect example. Remember Ayanla Van Zant, the woman who said that black women should date a bus driver? I want you to go, if you don't believe me, it's okay, but I want you to go and read up on her ex-husband and how he was putting hands and feet on her, spending all her money, cheating, okay? And you see how she talks. So every time I see a woman like this, I'm just like saying, okay, somebody probably beat, the logic out of you.
Ones who actually stand in the gap and are promoting baby mama culture. It's the women.
Yeah. Baby mama culture was promoted by hip hop. Hip hop is run by black men. End of story. Next.
It's not the men promoting it, it's the women. Yeah, girl.
It's the women promoting it. Okay, I guess she didn't read the list that more women, there's literally double the amount of women that are in relationships than men. Okay? Double the amount. Why is she telling these myths? If you know why, please type it in the chat. Why is she telling these myths? What goal does she have in telling this myth? Because if men wanted a traditional woman, right? And men are supposed to be the leaders, don't you think women would just simply follow suit? I guarantee you the majority of this woman's subscribership are losers.
Girl, well, have that baby for yourself. You could do it. You don't need him. People would rather be outraged at a woman who got married young than be outraged.
She's lying again. Women who get married young are usually praised. They don't stay married long because, we know what happens. She is a pick-me, Ellen. See, I don't mind them making an argument, but at the very least, you can be honest.
And somebody having 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 baby daddies. That's the state.
You know what's funny to me? There's more men who have multiple children than there are women who have multiple baby mamas than there are women who have multiple baby men. Let's just put it that way. Baby daddies. This whole
stage that we're in right now. It's okay to have baby daddies. It's okay.
No, it's not. You guys make it clear. You guys make it clear you don't like that. It's okay. I've had enough already. I've had enough of her. In fact, let's go to the results of all these men being good that she thinks. Here we go.
How y'all doing today? Well, if you were offset, now we see why you wishing
Guess what?
and hoping and wishing and praying for Cardi B to take your butt back. If you guys don't know, last week, Mr. Mama was just
this Cardi B situation. And again, I need to make it clear. I am not a Cardi B fan, but what I am is a fan of the situation. Okay. We have a man who is with a woman that a lot of men would desire to have been with. Okay. He cheats anyway and cheats often. Okay. He's representing black men. Many black men would love to be in Offset's position. And he's representing us poorly.
Walking around. Yeah, I do it like I say it. Walk it like I talk it. Talking about I miss my granny. I miss my brother. Inviting Jade, pulling that girl from like his album release party. Offset was literally setting it off. Unfortunately, right? He pushed Cardi a little bit too far, and Cardi drained that bank account. And we just posted something not even an hour ago talking about Offset is back to his old ways, trying to beg Cardi back because he realizes that baby.
Pause that. Indiana mom breaks it down like this. Let me pause it right here. Indiana mom says about this person right here. She's projecting black men behavior onto black women, just like most black men do. Exactly. It comes from all sides. No other men do this to women. Exactly. And certainly not their own women. Bars. Angry New Diamond says this. DJ, you're going to have to fix my other page. When that stream interrupted, it blocked me and removed the wrench. Wow. What? Oh, okay. I'll look into it. I'll see what I can do.
The harder it is for
Okay, so let's go back into this. Here we go. Oh.
How y'all doing today? Well, if you were Offset, now we see why you wishing and hoping and wishing and praying for Cardi B to take your butt back. If you guys don't know, last week, Mr. Mama was just walking around. Yeah, I do it like I say it. Walk it like I talk it. Talking about I miss my granny. I miss my brother. Inviting Jade, pulling that girl from like his album release party. Offset was literally setting it off. Unfortunately, right? He pushed Cardi a little bit too far, and Cardi drained that bank account. And we just posted something not even an hour ago talking about Offset is back to his old ways, trying to beg Cardi back because he realizes that, baby, he might have made 28 million, but it looks like you spent 29 because y'all, the most embarrassing article has dropped in TMZ, no doubt, about the way Cardi and
Somebody done. Let's see.
Offset, basically, the owners are saying they destroyed a house, but there's more to that story because if you tie it up to the back gossip, y'all, it makes sense. And this is why Offset is trying to prove now a week later that he was not there with Jade, even though everybody knows he was there with Jade. We're gonna pick apart his BS because y'all, let me just say this, and it deserves to be said. Obviously, and we're going to show you all the video that Offset claims, but just listen to this. Obviously, this is a coordinated effort between Offset and the Neighborhood Talk, obviously, right? And like everything, this is when Offset tweeted, said his phone was hacked and pretended to be gay.
Oh, another person who pretends their phone got hacked by somebody or the device got hacked by somebody when nothing happened.
For 10 minutes. Hey, y'all, I'm gay. I like to.
Whoa, Cardi B and Offset failing to pay rent, allegedly trash vacation home or what?
Lick ba. I like this. I like that. Right? He's so heavy-handed with it. How are you bringing up this topic a week later when everybody has stopped talking about it? We've moved on to other stuff like Cardi B draining their accounts, right? And then you comment on it. So in that article, you had Kyle post an article, and then you commented in the comments about, I'm requesting security footage. And then conveniently, not even an hour later on the same blog, conveniently, you dropped the footage. And this is about the same time that a very embarrassing TMZ article comes out where it reveals your house in LA was 1, rented, and 2, you left it dirty and in shambles. Y'all, listen, let's get into
How do multimillionaires rent someplace? See, this is what I learned. Other cultures of people, they will buy, they're not going to rent a second location. They are going to buy it because they can make money off of it when they're not there. Either by the value of the property going up, okay, or them renting it out to somebody else. We have a live stream coming up called "Get Your Money Up," and I swear the house better be packed. The house better be packed for that, because we're going to have to go over this, the way Black people spend money. Why rent a house, right? Listen to me now. Listen to me hard now. Why would you rent a house for $3,000 and not buy a house for $2,000? Same house, same freaking house. Why would you do that? Let me calm down. Here we go.
To this mess because woo, y'all, this just came in from Celebrity Hunters. Thank you so much for tagging me, and please follow them on Instagram. Y'all, we have video evidence, and when I say video evidence, we don't even need to correspond the drink menu. Look at this mess. Look at this video. Listen to
Okay, check this out. I don't want to take all of it. I need to save some for you guys to go over to Tisa's channel and check it out. Let me go here.
left this in the group chat, and now I see why Cardi B literally just played Offset and kept it pushing. Remember, Offset said this just came in. That's why I'm including this. Saying like,
Okay,
yeah,
let me see.
we're here with Offset, right?
Okay,
For us
let me stop it
and
right
Jade
there.
at the party.
Okay.
Jade is chilling right next to Offset, hugging all his friends, hugging everybody, and on top of that, y'all. On top of that, this is what this video is going to show. On top of that, this pretty much confirms that Jade 100% spent the night with a married man.
Okay, so we got that part. I mean, basically, Tisa is telling us right now. I mean, the bottom line is this, is that if for some reason, I really truly believe that there's a movement going to force Black women to accept, non-monogamy. Let's put it that way. To accept cheating. That's how I feel about it. Let's move on to another. This is what happens when a woman, tells a man, "Hey, look." Well, no, I'll let you. Let's listen to it. Here we go.
Check it. Welcome to Street Flames crew. And today we got unreleased audio, Jamel Charlo.
Jamel Charlo is a professional boxer. Or he was, depending on how the courts handle him. Let's see how he treats his woman.
Allegedly saying he abused his wife. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I'm gone.
Jay, let me say this off the rip. Change your mind. Look. What I'm really saying is she played big tough girl, but she put bro, this is bad. I don't want to find out. Bro, look. I thought she was tough, bro. I thought, all right, I'm gonna do. Hey, can I show you? I hit that bitch like this. Fly in the eye, socked her in the eye. Big, swole, purple, can't open. That called the cops on me. Like a woman, like a regular woman.
Is that crazy or what? Is that crazy or what, folks? I'm going to wait for some comments to come through on the chat. Tell me what you think about what he said. And if you didn't hear what he said, let me know and I'll replay it. I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait 15 seconds. Here we go. Waiting for those chat responses. Okay, so I'm going to play. Here we go. I'm going to replay. Here we go.
On the day we got unreleased audio, Jamel Charlo allegedly saying he abused his wife. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I'm gone.
Jay, let me say this off the rip. Change your mind. Change your mind. Look. What I'm really saying is she played big tough girl, but she put bro, this is bad. I don't want to find out. Bro, look. I thought she was tough, bro. I thought, all right, I'm gonna do. Hey, can I show you? I hit that bitch like this. Fly in the eye, socked her in the eye, big, swole, purple, can't open. That called the cops on me, like a woman, like a regular woman.
All right. You heard it. I'll wait for the replies. Hold on one second. All right. Here we go. Exactly. Let me put up some of these responses. Let me go back to Jamal. We want to make sure we get him in here.
Check it. Welcome to Street.
Okay. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Yes. Okay. Yeah, damn, bragging about hitting a woman. Yes, he did. Yeah, we're Bridget, absolutely correct. That is a messed up move. Yeah. 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 Hitting her in the eye just to brag about that she's not so tough. A professional boxer. Yeah, Indiana mom. Yeah, that's a good point. It's like this. Why was he shocked that she called the police? He assaulted her. And what does a regular woman mean? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I've seen boxers go to jail for hitting other male boxers. So what did he think was going to happen? I don't know. That's what he's saying. Oh, yeah, exactly. Black women should always call the cops and ask questions later, straight up. Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants his woman to accept abuse. I've said this so many times that these men are trying to talk, black men are trying to talk black women into accepting abuse. Only race of men who does that. I'm not saying other races of men do not abuse women, but what I am saying is that we are the black women. We black men are the only ones that want you to accept it. Indiana man, he really wasn't like me. 3 of our closest neighbors are sheriff's officers. We have their personal numbers on speed dial, bars. Yes, exactly. He could have killed her. Hands are lethal as a professional boxer. He should be, and he's not like a flyweight or nothing either, Bridget. He's a pretty big dude. He's 6 feet something weight. You know how they go up and down in weight depending on the class they want to fight, weight class they want to fight in. He should be sued and his career should be penalized. Absolutely that. Yep. Here we go.
Is she play big tough girl? But she could.
Bro, this is bad. I don't want to find out.
Bro, look. I thought she was tough, bro. I thought, all right, hey, I'm gonna do. Hey, can I show you? I hit that bitch like this. Fire in the eye, socked her in the eye, big, swole, purple, can't open. That called the cops on me, like a woman, like a regular woman.
He actually said that. Can you believe that shit? Can you believe what he just said? That's crazy. Let me keep it going.
So recently, Jonathan Owens got a lot of heat for a comment he made about.
Okay, this is Taz Charday. I have a nickname for her, but I'm not going to do it this time. I just call her Chazzy, Chazzy. From the YouTube, Rezzy, red pill, Rezzy, something like that. Tanya Sweat's in the house. Essie Hopeful is in the house. Effie says, divest, don't look back. Eso, I'm sorry, Eso. Let's see what we want to hear. We've heard a couple people make their opinions about this situation, but let's hear the red pill opinion. Here we go.
Being the catch in his.
Okay, come on now. I need more volume here. Come on, Chaz. You got to get that volume up. You got to pump it out just a little bit more here, but that's okay. I can fix it on my end. Here we go, folks. Here we go.
So recently, Jonathan Owens got a lot of heat for a comment he made about being the catch in his relationship with his wife, Simone Biles. Now, if you take the clip out of context, it's easy to come to all kinds of erroneous conclusions. But if you look at the entire interview, which is about an hour, to me, the clip actually isn't that offensive. Reason being, he literally described.
Isn't that offensive? He just gave herself away by just saying, isn't that offensive? Let's hear what she has to say. I got to give her a chance. Here we go.
Hour. To me, the clip actually isn't that offensive. Reason being, he literally described the way the relationship began. I mean, they matched on a dating app. And once they showed that they were matched, she initiated the first conversation. And then, she decided to drive down to see him for the first meeting. And then after that, the rest was history. So when he calls himself the catch.
She missed quite a bit of the conversation, but she did, I would have to admit, she did an excellent job smoothing it over. It's not just what he said, it was the way he said it and what he emphasized. But let's keep going.
He is literally saying, yeah, actually she caught me because because she went for what she want. And she even later on in the interview was like, yeah, I see what I want. I go for it. She reinforced all of his comments. So like, it really wasn't that big of a deal. And then furthermore, there were so many other parts of the interview.
No, you missed the part where he said that all men all men are the prize. Tell that tell that to Kiki. Tell that to Nicki Minaj. Tell that to, basically almost everybody else. Kiki, Nicki Minaj, Jonathan Major's ex, if you want to go there. There's so many examples. I'm sure that the man that was putting hands and feet on Ayanna Van Zant, I don't know if that's a prize. Prize fighter? Like Jermel Charlo, is he a prize fighter putting his hands on women? Dude, women aren't worried about hitting the wall. They're worried about getting hit by a fist. Dude. That's what I'm talking about. Let me keep this going. Let me go on to the next one. Here we go.
You was really the catch in.
I always say the men are catch, man. I always say.
See the difference? See the difference? I always say the man's the catch. That's quite different than what the way that I believe how Chaz was saying. I believe let me play that one more time.
Catch in.
I always say the men are catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
See?
Jonathan Owens is facing fan backlash for comments he made about his wife Simone Biles in a recent interview. During an appearance on the Pivot podcast, the Green Bay Packers safety says he believes he's the catch in their relationship.
Wait a minute. Does he still play for the Green Bay Packers? Hold on one second. I'm going to pull something up. Who's starting for the Packers? Let's see here. Let me bring up the Packers. NFL depth chart. I know this is boring, but sometimes it's interesting. Okay. This is the starting. Okay, let's go to defense. Let's go to defense. Where is he at? Base defense. Okay. Bonta. Oh, look. Oh, look. 1, 2. Okay. Where is he at? Jonathan Owens. He's a backup. Here he is right here. He's a backup. Okay? He's a guy. He's a backup. He's expendable. How many medals does Simone have? Can somebody remind me? Rat girl, you nailed it. Unfortunately, she's not going to do anything about this. Her self-esteem is too low. It is. He caught her at a really vulnerable moment in her life. That was when I'm a Simone Biles fan, I guess. Remember when she was having that balancing issue? They call it the twisties or something, when you're up in the air, amazingly enough, where you kind of lose, you lose, like, for some reason you lose, what do they call it? You don't know where the ground is. You don't know where the floor is. It can be very dangerous. But she had the twisties for a while. And basically, she was not in the best of times at that time. And I guess she really committed to this guy. But I think he's going to cheat on her within 2024. There's going to be something that comes out. I just don't think he's the way that he was talking about her in that interview just told me this guy's a cheater.
Relationship, since it was Simone who first strongly pursued him.
How in the hell did you pull Simone Biles?
Really, how she pulled me, man? That's the question.
Oh,
man.
Lord.
And she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we were texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened. Everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man. So
you was really the catch in.
I always say the men are catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did, though.
Is what you're saying.
Because I was fighting it. I was fighting it.
So
I was fighting it.
So in truth,
I was fighting it. You heard? Did you hear that? I mean, how do you? He's fighting monogamy.
If I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles, is what you're saying.
At the time,
That's what
I'm not gonna say that.
That what you?
Man, oh man.
You're saying?
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, man, this.
I was afraid to commit. How old is John Owens? Hold on one second. I mean, he's almost 30. He's 28. I know he looks. He has a different uniform in this picture because he was traded. He's 28. So, I mean, it's not like he's 21, 22, just out of college or something and needs to get his bearings. You know, he's actually around the age that most regular people get married. So it's not a big thing. I mean, the thing is his career's almost over. I mean, he probably went into the NFL. He's a free agent. Yeah, 28. He probably went in the NFL at least 5 years ago. And if you're a backup 5 years in, your possibility of being a big money starter is really minimal. Yet they're trying to compare him to a woman who changed. Let me break this down. He's comparing himself and belittling a woman who literally changed gymnastics. They literally had to rewrite the rule book 20 times for her. That's how good she is. She is really the undisputed queen of gymnastics. Now, he knew who Gabby Douglas was. He sure did. He was a Gabby Douglas fan. But all of a sudden, he gets amnesia. Watch.
This is my 3rd year. You know, I'm trying to, I'm like, it's kind of early. But, you know, like I said, man, it happened when you least expect it.
And as for how the two met, a dating app. However, Jonathan says he didn't immediately swipe right on Simone, as he claims he didn't know who the 4-time Olympic gold medalist gymnast even was. Something the host of the podcast had a hard time believing.
I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like,
Okay, this is the funny thing. I'll tell you how ignorant this is. There's something called Google. You can find out who anybody is at one time.
okay, she got to be good. If I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. We're in camp, late July, early August. So I'm not paying attention to, you know. So I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched, like, you know.
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But once they started hanging out, Jonathan found out that Simone was a much bigger deal than he realized.
Yo, went to get
milk and cookies. I think it was like a Sunday we went. It was all these moms, and you know, they're there with their kids, and we walked past, and everybody stopped and just, kids are like shaking, and it was like, oh my God.
Right. They're not looking at him. They're not looking at him. They're not looking at him. I'll show you who they were oohing and eyeing at. All races of people oohing and eyeing at. I'll show you. I'll show you right now. I'm going to show you right now who they were oohing and eyeing at. She can go anywhere in the world. And be loved. I mean, I'm talking like your best football team love. That's who they were looking at. He should know better. He should know better. But with, you know, hanging out with Crowder and company, Crowder, this dude here, let me see if I can bring him up. Hold on one second. Where's Crowder at? Where's that Dusty at? Where's that Dusty at? Let me bring up that Dusty. Here we go. See, and this is a good example of, there she is. Okay, has Jonathan met the president? Like or hate the president, it's a pretty big deal when you meet the president. He knows who she is. Those people in the room knows who she is. If you would have said John's name in that thing, they'd say, you better hope that there's a Green Bay Packer fan in there. Otherwise, they're not going to have no clue who the hell he is. Let me see if I can bring up Crowder. Here he is. He don't like Russell Wilson. And this is what I've learned, especially I've learned this on YouTube. Dusties hate men that respect women. Let me say that again. Dusties hate men that respect women. Here's an older player right here. I guess he's probably in his mid-30s, talking to a younger player. And instead of saying, man, you know, you should really seize the goddess of the world and you should show respect. You should be a little bit more respectable on how you talk about her. He's like, oh, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, the man should be. He's all in on it.
She was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she got to be good. If I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and
how do you wait? It's almost like he's going out of his way. There's something called tact, and even if something is true, you don't say it because it sounds messed up. He doesn't have any of that.
Have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. We're in camp late July, early August. So I'm not paying attention to, so I never
in camp struggling to stay on a team.
Would have had a moment to where I would have watched, like,
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But once they started hanging out, Jonathan found out that Simone was a much bigger deal than he realized.
Yo, went to get
milk and cookies. I think it was like a Sunday we went. It was all these moms and, they're there with their kids, and we walked past and everybody stopped and just, kids are like shaking and it was like, oh my God. And I'm like,
you thought it's because you thought you were fine, huh?
Man, nah. This is funny. They asking me, they like, here, can you take this picture? I'm like,
it's almost a similar but not same situation as, no, it's a very close situation to the situation with Halle Bailey. When the jealousy is a very dangerous concoction for a relationship. Jealousy and insecurity is even a much more dangerous issue. Exactly right, girl. All he cares about is humbling her. That's it. Yeah, exactly, Tanya. The Olympics at its time was on YouTube, and you mean to tell me he wasn't watching YouTube to see who she was then? Exactly. All he had to do was type in, Simone Biles, and would get 1,200 pages of footage. Yeah, black men cannot stand. That's apparently so. Black men cannot stand accomplished women. No. Not if they can't use them.
Fans on social media have been calling out the 28-year-old football player, saying his wife, who just happens to be the single most highly decorated gymnast in the history of the world and a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, is the real catch in their relationship. However, the couple who got married back in April aren't letting the opinions of others faze them. Jonathan takes to his IG December 21st, posting a series of photos from their wedding in Mexico, writing, "Unbothered. Just know we locked in over here." Simone also comments on the post, adding, "For life." And being the supportive wife she is, Simone, who also made an appearance on the Pivot podcast, shares that in the coming years, she won't mind it when her husband is a famous athlete in their marriage.
The day I said, you know what, in a couple years, nobody is going to call him Simone Biles' husband. They'll call me
I'm sorry, girl.
Jonathan Owens' wife.
No, they won't. No, they won't. No, they won't. I'm sorry. She is down for her man. I will say that for her. Okay, let me tell you why. I'm going to be very sports wise right now. Okay. He is a backup on a backup team. Welcome, Feisty Black Tina. The Rat Girl's in the house. Ellen's in the house. Tanya's in the house. He is the backup on a backup team, a team that very well may not make the playoffs. They might, they're on the bubble. Okay. She is a world record holder. Okay. I cannot tell you who's going to still be having a career or not. I really cannot tell you that. But there's no way. It's like this young lady literally won 7 Super Bowls. 7 freaking gold medals, or is it 8? I don't know what it is, but it's a lot. That's sweet of her to say that. He's not Deion Sanders. Okay? I know he plays safety, but you get my point. Big J, he's not a villain. He's like, I think it's safe to say that there were some things he said he shouldn't have said. There's self-confidence, and then there's jealousy, and then there's envy. Smiling faces all the time. You can't tell the truth. That's the thing. There's no way they compare. Let's put it this way. This is the impact Simone Biles has versus her husband. If you ask an NFL fan who Jonathan Owens is, right? Nobody's going to know. Welcome, Hazel. Hazel in the house. If you ask a football fan who Jonathan Owens is, they're not going to know who he is or care. Now, if you used to be a super duper fan of the Texans or a super duper fan of, let's say, Green Bay, 2 teams that weren't very good in defense, they're going to know who he is if they're a football buff, but a football fan, it's up in the air. You take those same freaking football fans, take the same football fans who watch football, they know who Simone Biles is. They know who Simone Biles is. Now, I ain't done yet. I am not done yet. Let's go to the World Olympic fans, not just in gymnastics, World Olympics. That's soccer, soccer, the table tennis stuff, everything, everybody, all of it. You say you sprinters, everybody, all the fans of all of the of Olympics, right? You ask them who Simone Biles is, everybody knows. You ask world leaders in all the countries, you ask them who Simone Biles is, they know. They know. Let me keep it going. Let me keep it going. I'm just getting warmed up. I'm getting a little emotional up here. It's just, let me play back what she said. This was sweet. This was very sweet for her to say this. But young lady, please. Here we go.
Famous athlete in their marriage.
The other day I said, you know what? In a couple years, nobody is gonna call him Simone Biles' husband. They'll call me Jonathan Owens' wife.
Speaking of, I don't know.
No. Big J, somebody call you a Dusty? Did somebody call you a Dusty, Big J? Big J, somebody call you a Dusty? Big J, are you okay in the month of May? Somebody call you Dusty? Who called you Dusty? I mean, they have that right. I mean, you might be, who knows? Big J likes to kick up the dust every once in a while. You know what I mean? You know, Big, you know, you got that dust. Big J, did somebody give you some dust? You know, Big J, where you at, Big J? Come back. I mean, we'll get to about. Okay, anyway, let me break this down like this. Here we go. Let's Prince celebrate something down for
So
you.
on today's topic, we're talking about Simone Biles and her husband. So anyway, Simone Biles is a 7-time Olympic gold medalist. I don't know who he is. But recently on an interview, he was asked how he pulled her. And his response lit up social media. He goes on to say that he didn't know who she was when he swiped across her on a dating app. He then goes on to say that he always thinks that men are the prize. And so he didn't actually pull her, she actually pulled him because men are the prize. Then it was further revealed that on their first date, she drove 45 minutes to see him. So let me tell you what I see, because a lot of people are tripping over him. I actually don't see him as the problem. I see her as the problem. Let me tell you why. I ain't never heard his name. And there's plenty of people that I have heard of, even though I don't watch football. So first and foremost, he says that he didn't know who she was. Now that's plausible that he might have not known who she was. But he then says that he saw how many followers she had and she must be good or somebody. Me knowing men and knowing that he's not as popular as she is, this is a way for him to attach himself to something that's even bigger than he is to boost himself up. So it ain't really no love and no real like for this person here. This is all a game. And he let it be known that it was a game of power as he did that interview. Diminishing her publicly, letting the world know he ain't know her, and how she drove 45 minutes to see him, which
Exactly that. Here we go.
corroborates him being the prize, as she, who is the 7-time Olympic medalist,
Ebony is telling the truth on that. I'd like to say that no, oh yeah, after college you can meet other people and stuff like that.
Wait, let me go back to this. I hit the wrong button. Oh, come
So
on.
on today's topic, we're talking about
Okay, so
Simone Biles.
let me fast forward. Fast forward. Here we go. Welcome, Big J. Did somebody call you Dusty?
He's not.
Did somebody
as
call you Dusty,
popular
Big
as
J?
she is.
Well, I mean, as soon as I said a question, somebody said, "Well, here comes the dust." So I don't know. I think though, if you worry about dust, then maybe your occupations is the wrong job. Maybe you got the wrong job. If all you're concerned about is dust. So that's all I gotta say on that topic. But I gotta say something straight up. Why do
Okay,
people
wait, is it
feel
on
the
topic?
need?
Is it on topic? Is it on topic? You
Right,
know how
right,
we
right,
roll.
right, 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 right,
Okay,
right.
good,
We been
good,
talking
good, good,
about
good.
Simone Biles right now, right?
Right, yeah, we
I
breaking it
find
down like
this,
that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I find this um that is tragic for y'all to you see this two people who are married together and so
Mhm.
forth, and it's like though, based on what I see around social media, I ain't gonna start nothing, Bridget. Now back to the point. I find it problematic that how the when I go across social media, black social media or the chitlin circuit of social media, it seems though people who are on this, we need black men to be respected and black women need to be respected and black love and all that, are the main ones attacking this couple and try to get up in this couple's business. So what if he says he's
Wait a minute.
surprised?
The dude did a show. He was on the Drink Champs. If he wanted his business
Okay.
private, he shouldn't have been on the show, right? Am I
Well,
right
well,
or
well,
am I right? Am I
well,
right or am I right?
at some point though, yeah, yeah, you're right about that though, Torch. But the
Okay,
problem is,
okay.
Torch, is how some people want to be mean spirited and put out their venom out and trying to see, I bet you in 2 years they're gonna split up. Oh, I bet you in 6 months they're going to split up.
Okay.
That's what I see.
So, you see that as being mean spirited, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay. So you don't see the signs that we see, right?
I see the signs which y'all want to see.
No, I mean, we're seeing, okay, it's like this, okay? Did my little soliloquy on the fame power of Simone Biles makes any kind of sense to you?
No, because the way I see it, right? It's kind
Okay,
of
wait,
like
can you answer that question?
I'm
And then
trying
go
to
on.
answer it. Well, I'll
Can
tell you
you
what.
can you
Go
answer it
ahead
yes or
though,
no
and
first, and then yes or no first, and then you can say whatever you want to say.
huh? No, go ahead and ask that question again, please.
Okay. It wasn't, I mean, I was asking, did you hear my soliloquy on how famous Simone Biles is?
Yeah, I know how famous she is.
Okay. She's how much more famous than her husband?
About 15 times more famous.
Okay. I think it's even more than that, but I will take that.
Right,
Okay, go
right.
ahead and say what you want to say.
I'm low balling it. I'm low balling it, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is the point we're making. If you watch how, let's say, other cultures of people move, right? Their husbands, if the let's put it this way. I will even go as far as showing you a more, okay, do you know who the maker of Star Wars is, right?
Yes, George Lucas and his black wife. Yes, African American wife. Yes.
Okay. Have you seen him interview?
I ain't seen him interview in years.
Okay.
It doesn't do that many interviews, as far as I know.
He does very few, and when he does, his wife does most of the talking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He comes off very gracious for her being in his presence.
Right.
Most of the shows you see them in, they're talking about how they met, and it's just smooth as smooth. Okay.
Right.
He's not demeaning her, he's not making her smaller. Now this woman, don't get me wrong. Okay. George Lucas is a big freaking deal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's a big freaking deal. But even though, his CEO of Chase Bank and a bunch of other banks' wife, okay, is not quite at his big deal level because, you would have to know a little bit more about him, right? He showed great appreciation and love for her every single time they interviewed. Okay.
Okay.
Conversely, we are here with Simone Biles, right? And her husband, Jonathan, who nobody freaking knows.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong, he's no scrub. I mean, he's got a position on a football team. That's a big deal. Okay? But the problem is that he made it clear in the interview that one, he really wasn't looking to get married to her. Okay? Two, that he made her drive out to see him. Okay? And three, he made her not seem like a big deal. When Simone Biles is literally the face of gymnastics. She is, okay. Who's that guy who used to play for, damn, my brain gets bad sometimes. Basically, she is the face of all gymnastics. He's not the face of football. He's not Tom Brady.
Right.
He's not Deion Sanders.
Right.
There's a certain level of just respect you give somebody in general, even when two men are talking together about each other. There's a certain level of respect you give somebody for their position in the world. Simone Biles can go anywhere in the world and be noticed. And I mean, they will have a parade for her if she shows up anywhere in the freaking world. They ain't doing that for John. Do you see my point?
Yeah, I see your point when it comes to careers. Yes, I do.
Careers and greatness. It's more than just a career. You can't say that about Tom Brady. I mean, think about it. Would you say that about Tom Brady? Would you say that about Tom Brady? Oh, it's just a career. Oh yeah, when it comes to careers. No, Tom Brady is they call it that word transcendent, right? Where it's like, oh shit, it's Tom Brady. You don't even have to know about football. Oh shit, it's Tom Brady. That's the level that Simone Biles is at. So you can't just say career. She's not when her career is done, they're going to be making statues of her.
And do you think though that it's wise for a population of people to bet on that couple's destruction?
What, Kevin Samuels did that all the time.
But Kevin. First of all, Kevin's dead, and I don't care about what Kevin thinks.
That's been historic information.
Tell that to the Black manosphere, about the manosphere in general about their love for Kevin. But I'm not Kevin. And let me say something too, because somebody sit there and say, "Oh, the way he said black, there's vitriol." Well, no, when you called me Dusty in that chat room, that's who I'm angry at.
Who called you Dusty?
Never insulted
Who
you.
Called you Dusty?
Never insulted you. I never talked to you in a day of my life. So wait,
wait a minute. Who are you talking about, Big J? Who called you Dusty? You still haven't told me.
I just said the name, Ellen.
Who?
Ellen Ripley, whatever her name is.
Ellen Ripley.
I don't even know this person, but then I'm called Dusty.
That sensitive?
No, I'm not sensitive, but I do believe in, about a thing called respect. If you don't want me to say nothing to you, then don't say nothing to me.
No, it's not that. It's just, I don't get why. I mean, Dusty is lightweight to me.
I know it's lightweight.
I hear a lot worse shit than that. And I keep it going.
It's lightweight, but it's lightweight, but then at the same time though, I'm already beefing the manosphere is
Wait a
anyway.
minute.
So any
Wait a
insults, I
minute.
just
Okay, wait, Big J,
so
stop
anyway,
for
but I
1
got a
second.
problem with
Stop
you
for
though.
1 second. Stop for one
Mhm.
second. Just 1 second. Give me a
Right.
second here. You've seen the rooms I've been in, right? And you've seen what people say about me. Okay? In these rooms while I'm in the rooms. I've been in your room.
And you lied about me
People
too, though.
cussing
By the
me
way.
out, calling me all sorts of names.
Yeah,
I don't go.
because though
I
you
don't
lied
go.
about me,
"Oh,
Torch.
wait. Let me finish my little speech. I don't worry about what they saying.
Yeah, but you've been lying about me too, Torch. Remember that? I guess you kind of forgot about that. But
Oh
anyway, let's
my
get back to
God!
the
No.
topic.
That you know that if we get started with who lied about what and who, we're gonna be going back and forth forever, and that ain't gonna happen because we still got to stay on point. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Okay.
I'm not
Number
I'm not
one, I
angry.
know
So
I
I don't
didn't.
know why you talking to me. I'm angry. I'm not angry yet. I'm just
No, I
making
know
a
you're not
point.
angry yet. I've seen you angry.
Yeah. I'm not angry. I'm not being emotional. I'm just making my point.
You are being emotional.
No, I'm not. I'm calm.
You are. Yeah, everybody, please like the video. Please like the video. I've seen you're being emotional because if somebody calling you Dusty has you worried about them calling you Dusty, then
No,
you're
that's not
being
the point. That's not the
emotional.
point. If somebody said something back to them, oh, they'll cry victim. That's the reason why I said it. Now
Or
let's
you
just get
could
back
just
to the
ignore
topic.
it.
I could though, but
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm not in mood of ignoring every little thing. So now back to the
Of
topic
course, and
though.
that's what the problem that a lot of people have in life is that they don't ignore little things. I'm glad you brought that up. I need to go on a soliloquy about that.
Mm-hmm.
See, when people start picking and prodding at little tiny things like, "Oh, you stepped on my foot. Oh man, I mean, you looked at me funny." You know what happens to a lot of those people who do that, especially in the hood? They end up in a box.
Yeah, I'm not in the hood.
Do you
So
understand what I'm saying? This is
I
the
understand
hood.
what you're saying. I know what you're
Okay,
saying.
I've seen. Look, the whole
But at the
this
same
whole
time,
space, the whole space we're in.
though, when it comes to you,
Big
you're
J,
guilty of it
the
too,
whole
though.
space we are in is the freaking hood, and you know it.
I don't care about the hood.
You know
Blow
it.
the hood up. Now
You
you're
know
guilty
it.
of it too, though. But you're guilty of it too, though. Because
No,
you,
no,
because
no,
like,
no,
because like
no,
you get
no. I
on
am
anger
making a
rants too.
point. You're trying to act like this ain't the hood. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Where you are now is really the cut. There's the hood, there's the cut, and then there's like the hills, right? You're in the cut right now. We don't do the hood shit here. Okay. If you've noticed the channel, if you watch the channel, you notice we don't do hood shit. We don't go calling out niggas and shit like that in here. But we are the cut.
Really?
Okay. We're
Okay.
right next to the hood. Okay. So Dusty is like on Impact. I don't know. It's like a 5 or 6 out of 10. It's real. I mean, at best, it's like if somebody calls me Dusty, I just check my beard to see if it's still gray or not. You know, it don't mean nothing. I mean,
then why are
everybody.
you?
Look, okay, and you've been in the space. You said some things. So people are gonna have their opinion about what they think you're Dusty or not. You see what I'm saying?
But I'm
Does
dressing directly to you.
that explain the dust best good enough for you?
Now, the thing is, though, it seems to me in the chitlin circuit of social media, seems like people trying to break this couple up. That's what I got a problem with.
No, what they tried.
That's-
Wait a minute. And conversely, they tried to break up Russell Wilson, right?
Well, you might be right about that. I could see that point, but what about Riri and what's his name? Rocky, ASAP Rocky. It's kind of I did a video on that
Right.
how the Negroes.
We know. Okay, look. I don't know. Riri
But
and
do you
ASAP
see like
Rocky.
the
It's like
parallels in this?
ASAP Rocky. Is he in jail or something still? I can't remember.
I don't know. I'm talking about when he was on that what's that women's magazine on that beach, and people were losing their minds about that photo op. It's something similar to the story, but the only thing is, it seems like people in Black social media, whether it's the men or the women, kind of like to sit there and try to roast these couples, while at the same time they come on YouTube and Twitter and whatever and talking about black white supremacy and all that stupid
We don't say
foolishness.
that here.
Well, I mean,
we don't say that here.
Black men are dusty. Black women need to submit. You hear all that talking points.
Okay,
And,
so I mean, what's your point? That's those are two polar opposites. So,
no, but both sides are
okay. So what you're
destructive
saying is this. Let me
minds.
see if I got this right. I think I got it now. So what you're saying is that you're complaining because we're already putting a time clock on this relationship. Is that correct?
Yes. That is my biggest gripe, and it's not just on this channel. I see it everywhere else I go. It's
So
always
what is your observation? If you had to make a gut feeling about these people and make a bet on how long they will last, would you spend $100,000 on that they will be married for 10 years? Yes or no?
I would spend $10,000 on that if I had the money to do it. If I had money to waste, I'll do that.
$100,000.
Yes.
Okay.
$100,000. If they were married over 10 years.
Over 10 years. Duly noted.
Because the way I see it is that the culture has to change, and therefore, though, people who claim to be for the culture is actually betting against Black love.
Okay, let me make an analogy. I'm glad we're here. Okay. I remember when my father was around, right? We had season tickets to the NFL. We, San Francisco 49ers fans, right? Season tickets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Loved the hell out of that team, but we was garbage back then. Okay? Loved the team still.
Mm-hmm.
But they was garbage. And we knew they were going to be garbage for a long time. They were garbage for a long time. They got out of it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But we still love the team. We still hoped that they weren't going to be garbage the next year, but they turned out to be garbage the next year. Do you see my point?
Your analogies your analogies
okay,
is
let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let me
go
ask you
ahead.
this because I think like I've gone over your head. Do you believe this guy is closer to being a Kevin Samuels fan or a Russell Wilson fan?
I don't know what's inside that man's heart to know that, and neither does anybody else.
That's a safe answer. That's a safe answer. But believe it or not, that's what we're here for here. That's what we do here. We try to analyze the soul of people so that we can put women in front of good men. And we do that by watching the mannerisms, the behavior, the speech patterns, okay, the phrasing, the events that these people go through, and we study and we break them down into little pieces. Very boring channel. Very boring, okay? But that's what we do here. Because if we can save one young lady from being dusted, we're doing our job.
Well, let me ask you
Call
something.
me a pander or whatever you want to do that. But that's what we do here. I'm fascinated with saving people from dust. That includes men too.
Oh, really? I'm glad that you say that, right? I'm glad that you said that. See, I went back in my memory bank, and I remember
Bring that memory bank up.
I remember back when Beyonce's mother did an interview with her husband, and she disrespected him. She said something that a lot of men, I should say, was disrespectful towards her husband. So, Should we get mad at that or
She
not?
said, okay, wait. Slow down because I don't know about this one. Slow down for a second. So what you're saying is that Beyonce's mother said something disrespectful to Jay-Z.
No, to her husband.
So Beyonce's mother said something disrespectful to her own husband.
Yes, on that interview. So it was a type of interview what you just put out. So a lot of people was saying, well, why you men are upset? Well, that was disrespectful to him. So I mean, if the way you were saying to protect people from not being dusted, well, was dusted too?
I don't know anything about that situation.
Come on now,
I don't.
Torch. So you always mention Jay-Z, you always mention Beyonce, you mention celebrities.
We mentioned Jay-Z. Okay, we mentioned Jay-Z.
You didn't know about all that?
We mentioned Jay-Z maybe only recently because it looks like he's going to be mixed in with Diddy, right? But if you look, all you got to do is look at my catalog. He ain't on there much. He might get mentioned here and there. What? He's a former drug dealer, right?
But when she sit there and see what the point? See,
I mean,
you want to gloss over the point that Tina knows. No, but you gloss over the fact that Tina knows.
No.
Went ahead and insulted.
Do I have the right guy?
I don't know. I don't know about that guy, but I do know. I saw what I saw in that interview.
From what I heard, he was a drug dealer. Was he a
disrespectful.
drug dealer? Yes or no? This
I
is
don't
asking
know.
for information.
What part of I don't know you don't get? I'm only going by that interview.
But when I don't, but see, you just said this. You just tried to belittle me for not knowing about Jay-Z's mom and her husband, or well, no, Beyonce's mom and her husband.
You got it wrong
But
now.
You don't know about whether Jay-Z was a drug dealer or not, and Jay-Z is way more famous.
I'm not talking about Jay-Z. We're talking about Tina Knowles and her husband. That's all I'm talking about.
Jay, let's slow this down for 1 second, and then we got. I'm going to let you talk, and then we're going to get back into the show. What I'm saying is this. Okay, I don't know anything about Beyonce's freaking, with the exception of Solange. Okay, her family. I don't do stuff on Beyonce and very little, if any, on Jay-Z, and it's only in passing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And do you understand what I'm saying? Because it seems
No, I don't.
like you.
I don't. That's the point. That's why I asked you who he was.
But here's the point I'm trying to tell you. You don't see the parallels when Tina Knowles, who is Beyonce's mother, made that disrespectful thing about her husband during an interview, and then though y'all said, and then y'all's argument, we're only going by y'all argument that
wait.
Oh my God, can I finish my point?
Big J, I'm going to say it again. I don't know them. I never covered
but
that.
I'm making a parallel.
It doesn't help your argument because I have to know who you're talking about, because you're asking me a specific thing about it. It won't work. It won't work. I'm telling you, use another analogy or something. Use somebody I know. You've seen some of the stuff on my channel, right?
No, I don't. Not Harley.
Okay. Well, then why are you making it? What?
I'm going by some of the things
Wait
you
a minute.
said on other panels.
So you're saying I said this is what you just told me.
Some of the things you said on other panels.
Merry Christmas. Anyway, you just told me this. You just said you don't know anything about Beyonce's mom. How dare you? Kind of vibe you were giving me. Yeah, you ain't watched none of my shit for a long time. You just said that, right? But you were convinced I knew them.
Yeah, because you talk about celebrities on other panels. I guess you forgot about that.
When was the last time I talked about Jay-Z's? I mean,
talk about
Beyonce's mom.
Always talk about celebrities.
When was the last time I talked about Beyonce's mom?
So hold on. So Tina Knowles. So Tina Knowles is a celebrity. She was on some of these reality
Who-
TV
fu-
shows.
wait,
That's why I brought her
wait,
name up.
wait.
That's why I brought
You
up
know
the
something?
same
How many
situation happened on the
people? How
interview.
many people in the chat know about Tina Knowles? If you know a lot about her, put a 1. If you know something about her, put a 2. And if you just don't, you're just finding out who the hell she is right now, put a 3. Let's wait.
Oh, Big J has some deep rooted problems. No, I don't. So I don't know what you no, you might have some deep rooted problems because I'm disagreeing with you. And you don't like me disagreeing.
We got 2s and 3s in here. Okay. Now I need to make this clear. I didn't even know.
Okay, that right there.
Let me make some
With-
clear. Make some clear, and then you can talk. And then we're gonna go to the film. I didn't even know Beyonce's name was Tina. That's how little I know about that woman. I know she has a mom because she's born, and that's about as far as I can go. So if you make a reference to them and then you want me to reply, I'm going to give you the same reply. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you talk about celebrities. Every time I see you, you always mention celebrities. So I thought you would know about Tina Knowles. That's why
You
I
are
asked.
correct. We talk about a lot of celebrities, but we didn't talk about Tina.
Okay. And I'm glad Mistress Noble was here. Newbie, I think her name. Thank you, ma'am. When she said she once said she prayed for a man she wanted and got pretty much that. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. This is the Big J. Yeah. And how she said it, it was like, it was kind of like, ooh. So it was kind of the way it was said. It was kind of disrespectful. So it seems like though we seem like we on social media.
Let's clean that up so everybody understands what you mean. What was disrespectful?
How she went ahead and said it, and how though when the camera panned up to his face, how angered, or how he just rolled his eyes at it. So my thing is though, it seems though we on social media, black social media,
Okay, so
love to sit there
basically
and
what you're
pick at
saying is that
black
we're
couples.
supposed to. So basically, it's like this. Because she said, "Is he perfect?" Absolutely not. That you had a problem with.
I do have a problem with what she said. I did have a problem with what she said. Well, is he perfect? Absolutely not. Of course, though, people ain't perfect. But to sit there and say, is he perfect? Absolutely not. Well, I mean, and then she just how she said it, and the venue, it's somewhat kind of
But so you're thinking that Tina Knowles did the same thing that John did to?
I'm going by that argument. I'm
Biles,
using
right?
the argument. I'm using the argument. It's disrespectful, right?
But the problem I have here is this. There's two things. Number one, I don't know who. I've never seen that interview ever. Okay, number one. Number two, so I'm trying to do this by assumption right now. Okay, so I'm running this by assumption. It sounds exactly the point. You're making the exact point that the same way that you were disgusted about what Tina Knowles said is the same way we are disgusted with what Jonathan said. But then you're turning around and saying, what did Jonathan do wrong? And why are you guys saying that this relationship won't last long? Even though I gave you the explanation on that's what we do here is we break down the behavior of human beings and we say, okay, this is going to last this long or it's going to last that long. That's how we do it here. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Granted. Okay. I'll somewhat concede. I'm not going to concede all of what you said, but it seems though I find it disturbing that people want to, on the outset. Now I didn't know the entire extent of the disrespect. All I heard was he said he was surprised, and that's all people was making the videos about. If you heard me when I first came on here, I'm talking about how so black social media always talk about he was a prize, and they was making bets to see how long that marriage would last.
Right. Well,
And
I
I find
continue that.
that
Okay.
disgusting.
Okay.
That's all.
So give me your psychological breakdown of Jonathan.
Well, he's probably somebody who's going to be overshadowed. Who's been he's always going to be in his wife shallow.
Okay, that's not a psychological breakdown. A psychological
Well,
breakdown.
if you allow me to finish, though, I would. I'm just starting.
Okay, go ahead.
And that's going to mess up his psyche, possibly.
So what is his psyche now? What is his psyche right this moment?
I don't know. I don't know what is really in his psyche.
Okay, we kind of do. We kind of do. That's what we do here. That's what I'm saying. We kind of do.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the chat, do we know how this dude is? Put a 1 if you know, 2 if you're not sure, 3 if you have no clue how this Jonathan is. See,
He says a kidney. He says a kid in the kidney.
Wait.
He says a kid in the casket.
1 second here.
I'm only hearing.
Big J. Let me speak. There are certain things. Don't get me wrong. I am not a psychologist, but I do see little signs and flags, right? Okay. And not only that is there's people who are more knowledgeable in this chat than me. They see signs, okay, and flags. We can tell by the way that he responded, okay, their marriage is going to be rocky because we've seen other people. For example, it's like this. When we went over, what was that rapper's name? Shit.
Jeezy.
Jeezy is one. Jeezy is one. You saw how you saw where that went, and then Cardi B's husband.
The Cardi B her husband thing though. I saw that coming. I saw that one coming. That was coming a mile away.
You just nailed it. You just nailed it, Big G. See, we see these things coming too, but we see it in Jonathan this time. You see what I'm saying?
I don't see that in Jonathan though. I don't see that in him.
I do. I do. Okay. First of all, he did not really want to get married.
Is it because though you do see it, or is it because though you want to see it happen?
No, we don't want to see any. We want them to be married for 20 years. Because if they're married for 20 years,
don't.
What?
Well, according to some people, they surely don't. The way they're talking, they surely don't want that to happen.
We would like them to be married for 20 years. We just don't think it's going to happen. It's like I would have loved during that time when I was going to the live football games that the Niners would win, but it didn't happen.
And what year was that? I got to ask that question now.
Yeah,
what year was that?
I want to say that was in the 90s.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Move on.
Okay. Welcome, Ellen.
Hey DJ, you know what? I just wanted to say, this is not gonna last. It's just not gonna happen because this guy is like really shallow. And it's just every time that a black woman that is successful and she has a lot of money and she has more money than a Dusty, it always ends up where she ends up penniless if she marries him or if she commits, if she marries it, if she puts it on paper. So don't get with especially never get with a black man if he does not make more money than you, because this guy, he was so arrogant. He's going to cheat on her, and I would be willing to bet money that it's only going to last. And I give it 7 years, and I'm being generous. But
He should have just sat in the corner and kept his mouth damn shut. Okay. He didn't have to like get on do the interview and act all arrogant. It's not people wanting them to fail. It's just people are seeing the train wreck because a lot of people are intuitive in this world. Next. Okay. Just go ahead. What would you go ahead with the video?
Okay.
This is a way for him to attach himself to something that's even bigger than he is to boost himself up. So it ain't really no love and no real like for this person here. This is all a game. And he let it be known that it was a game of power as he did that interview. Diminishing her publicly, letting the world know he ain't know her, and how she drove 45 minutes to see him, which corroborates him being the prize, as she, who is the 7-time Olympic medalist, pursues Mr. Unknown here. He didn't drive to see her. So what this tells me is that even though she is successful in her field, her self-esteem and her self-worth is not as high as you would think it would be. Because society tells you that no matter what you achieve as a woman, your life ain't complete. And it don't really mean that much unless you have a man. And so women will jump through hoops and hurdles to attach themselves to men who really don't even compliment them. He let the world know how much more mentally powerful he is than she is, because they never cease an opportunity to put themselves on a pedestal to conquer you. Because typically predators have to go hunt for their prey. What he said is the prey just ended right up in his den, and he ain't have to do nothing because he the man. That ain't on him. That's on Simone.
Ebony is telling the truth.
All right. All right. Like to thank Big J for coming up, but we're going to keep the show rolling. We got Ellen Ripley in the house, better known as You Can't Hit Lane. Let's keep going. Here we go. This one is about Ebony K. Williams because it's going to bring us into the wall-hitting part of the live stream. Here we go.
Ebony is telling the truth on that. I'd like to say that no, oh yeah, after college you can meet other people and stuff like that. Hell, you see all over social media. Half these dudes be out here talking absolute gibberish. They actually think that what Tyler Perry said was a notch on the women when this man is literally stating that y'all don't even financially have your own stuff together. You don't even have anything in your own life together. So a woman should be okay with you only paying a light bill. So if the world is telling them that this is okay, what the hell do you think? You think you're going to get out of college and you're going to meet some man that actually has something outside of the college that you've been in? Babes, if you're in college and you're around people that are, especially you got the College of Engineering, you have the College of Nursing, you have the College of Business. For those of us, after you have your majors and stuff like that, once it's come time to you actually doing the classes towards your actual degree or you getting your actual licensing, those folks, like once you first went into college, is this amount of people. Then when you actually go into the college or whatever, it's this amount. And then when you actually graduate, it's only this amount of people. So the folks that I saw during graduation, it was everybody I knew. All of us knew each other because we pretty much have been with each other for the last 4 years.
That was Nurse Nerd. That was Nurse Nerd. Please like and subscribe our channel. Here we go once again. In the mix, Ebony K. Williams. Break it down.
The reality that needs to be said out loud is that as Black men...
That's a little bit loud. Hold on one second. Let me bring it down just a little bit so I'm not blowing everybody's ears out. Here we go.
In age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for Black women. I want younger Black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated Black men are so low when compared to Black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And
So
I'm getting sick of Ebony K. Wood. I'm so sorry. I mean, how could she be a turncoat like that? She just she was preaching a lot of knowledge. Like, why did she just turncoat and now she's on the side of these dusties? Did you not notice that? Like, she just
you know, that's initially what I thought, but then I thought about what she was saying, and half of it is false and half of it is true. The problem is this: what she's saying in this particular segment or spot, I should say, is that there's 7 times the amount of black women in college than black men. Eligible black women, eligible black men. So, and she's using college as a measurement of intelligence or what would you call it? Projected success. Okay, really, that's a bad look for black men. If there's 7 times the amount of black women that are seeking an education versus black men.
Sorry.
That's a big L for black men. Okay. We can bring in the whole thing about, you know, well, how about, you know, blue collar work and all that kind of stuff. But in this realm of education, okay, women are 7 from what Ebony is saying, because I'm just going that I'm going off that she did her homework too. So if black women are in college 7 times as much than black men, it's the conclusion is they have 7 times the possibility of success.
But you know what, DJ?
Wait, let me finish. All cultures see college as the pedestal to success. Okay, what were you going to say?
No, I was gonna say that most black men, they demonize education, and they have such a hatred and jealousy for black women so much that they're always saying, "Oh, well, you got an education, but you can't get a man," and all this stupid stuff because they if you want to hide something, if you want to hide some knowledge, hide something from a black man, just put it in a book. So, you know, they want people to be dumb. If it was up to them, women would not be able to read. That's what they think is attractive, like an illiterate woman who can't read, because they have so much disrespect for women in general, and they take it out on black women because they can't get to it. I mean, if they could take it out on other races of women, they could, but other races of women are protected. So, you know, nobody's going to sit around and be an illiterate like them. And I think that, you know, where you can find men that are educated on your level outside of the black race. So that's all I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Exactly. Well, that's one point. And the thing is, I understand where Ebony was going to in this portion of the video, because when you listen onto the video, she starts to sound super red pilled. And we'll get into that in a minute. I'd like to welcome Kitten and Casket to the stage, along with Big J is back.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey,
I got a son that's in college. He actually graduates this year. He's a basketball player, so I also spend, you know, some time with them and also their family. And these boys is not thinking about no marriage. They're nowhere near thinking about
So let me
any kind of marriage at all.
Is it my turn or her turn?
I'm talking like what's
right
wrong?
here.
What's
She's
wrong?
talking right now.
Yeah, so
We'll go to you, Big J, after she's
I
done.
don't know, like some of these podcasts, I think they just talk because you can say, oh yeah, like these, you should be trying to you know, get with these guys while they're in school because you're gonna be competing. Like I would not suggest no women to be competing to be with my son, because I know that he is not interested in having and being married at this point in his life. None of his friends is thinking about, yeah, I'm here looking for a wife and to see who's going to be the best woman to be a wife. I don't see that. Like, I don't know what she's talking about. I don't like. I've seen him switch several girlfriends. If he had an actual steady girlfriend since he been in college, that makes absolutely no sense.
Okay, Big J.
Oh my God, any day now.
Okay, he fell
Ugh,
off.
thank God.
Okay, he's having sound problems, so he'll be able to fix that and come back. I'm going to play a little bit more of this and show you where things get a little bit weird.
As we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because the handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking.
Now, what she just said there makes it even worse. It's not a flex for black men. What she's telling you is that there's not enough black men to go around, and it's not black women's fault.
As you get older, and by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know.
Hey, you guys, today's my pamper day. I'm about to go get my eyebrows and my nails done. But I did want to say Ebony K. Williams is finally saying what I have always been saying. We know, according to the SSA.gov website, the average black man makes $47,900, and when he reaches a certain age, the most he'll make is $60,000. That's for most black men. And the small percent of black men who are college educated, who go above 6 figures, that's such a small percentage of black men. If you go to justice.gov, when you look at the different ratings, numbers literally go in the single digits of black men who makes over $100,000 a year, the single digits. Why Ebony is saying those men, their value goes up. Not 51-year-old Richard from Walmart. His value doesn't go up for the black men before that goes to your head. Because a lot of y'all like to be like, oh, our value goes up. Not all of you. A lot of you guys don't have it like that. A lot of you guys don't have options. It's plenty.
I like how she's breaking it down. Let's keep it going. This is Amber J. Lee. Amber J. Lee.
The broke black men out here, but highly desired, highly sought after, highly college educated black men are such a small percentage of the population. I'm already in a relationship, so before you comment and saying, oh, you just in the third, save it, because I'm already with somebody who makes well over 6 figures money. But what I was saying is black men who are highly desired and highly sought after are just a small percentage of men. And women who want those men have to compete for them. Men on Ebony K. Williams level who are black is such a small percentage of men. And I'm going to insert this video of Kevin Samuels when Kevin Samuels said,
the reason you're here.
Let me pause it right there, though. He made a small mistake, a very small mistake. Listen again.
It's a small percentage of men, and women who want those men have to compete for them.
A small percentage of black men.
I don't think that it's okay to tell black women that they should be competing for men based off of certain qualifications such as their education and their income, because just because they have that education, just because they have that income, don't mean that they're good men. Like it's
Right.
basically just like I just said. Ebony is telling black women, it's such a small percentage of black educated men that is on the same level as you. So in college, you should be competing more for those men. And those men are not thinking about they're still immature. They went from high school to college and they have not truly actually lived an adult life. So I just don't think that it's that those should be the basis of, you should just be telling black women, oh yeah, these men that's college, these black men that's college educated and got money, you need to be competing for them. What else, what other kind of characteristics do they have? Because that's the problem that we're seeing, is that those men are not held accountable. It's just basically, oh well, he has to be a good man because he's college educated and he makes six figures, so he has to be a good man. And then when it comes to certain things like crimes, those men aren't even counted in this. Oh, it's the Pookies and Ray Rays that's doing it. No, you just give them a pass because they have certain qualities that in the black community is considered to be high value, because they have a degree and they make a certain amount of money, which that they should be striving for anyway. So it's kind of like the bare minimum. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
You know what? I just wanted to say, DJ, that a lot of women in general are not looking for a guy that is, they just looking for a guy that's responsible, that is a decent person. He has a job, like he's has his head on straight. They're just looking for a good guy. They're not looking for a guy that necessarily makes seven figures, but just a guy. I mean, he could be like, for example, he could be a plumber or a garbage man or something. If he's a really, really good man, you know, the average black woman is just looking for that, like knowing that he's not gonna I don't know how to explain it, but it's not really that. Not everybody is looking for guys who are college educated. Just have a job, which is like, it's not happening in the black community. Is too many bums. All right.
Well,
I'm
the
going
only
on
problem
mute.
is this: is that even, I mean, look at the situation even with Jonathan. It's hard for me to even remember his name.
Majors.
Oh,
Majors.
not even not Majors, but Simone Biles' husband. Let me just say Simone Biles' husband, because that's all I really remember him as. But he's got a really good job, but he's still not acting right. So not 100%. Now, I'm not saying he's like, he's not right now. He's not at Cardi B husband level, but the start isn't where you want to look at. So you can't really. The problem is when they're not equal, when you're not equally yoked, at least mentally, with the person you're with, bad things happen. What I was going to say? You know something? I forgot what I was going to say. Shit, I forgot. Okay. Well, anyway, let me welcome New Diamond to the stage. Darnell, did you have anything you wanted to throw in?
No, I think my question was answered already. I had a question for Camo, but I think he answered it.
Since my internet cut off on me, so let me say my opinion on Ebony K. Williams. She's not a turncoat. She's just going after both sides, because she viewed both sides as same side, both sides of the same coin. That's what she's conveying. That's all.
So do you believe she's just in it for the money?
No.
Okay.
No.
I think that just like with Tyler Perry, I don't think that there is an answer. Like, honestly, I don't think that it's like one of those things like, well, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to throw out some stuff. You should just go ahead and accept men who can pay the light bill. Ebony K. Williams is like, yeah, just when you're in college, just compete as hard as you can for the few black guys that's there, although some of them may be interested in doing other things, because college is a time when you finally get out of the your house, and you just the first time that you're on your own, so you're doing a lot of different things and you're focused on a lot of different things and experimenting with in a lot of different things, such as different relationships with different kind of people or whatever. So this is the mindset that you're in. But black women should be focused though on those men while they're actually experimenting in life and enjoying life, but your should be on trying to catch one of those guys where they're not focused on you. So it's just
Right.
to me, it's just like something now. It's just I don't think people know actually what to do or what to say. It's one of those things where it's just like, well, I don't know what you should do. Just get anybody. That's what it sounds like to me. Anybody that you can, just get them.
Right.
Well,
I
can
agree
I
because
ask
it sounds
Camo a
like
question?
Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to know. I don't understand because I mean I just don't understand what is the thing with why do black women only want to be with black men and they doing so much horrible things? Why is it that you have to like, compete for a guy that is basically like you got to compete for a guy, right? And then you I don't know, it's so many guys are so much hotter than black men. They're more educated, they have a good job, they I don't understand what is it that they that's all. I just don't understand. I'll never understand.
I
I'm
hear
sorry.
you, and
I know it's hard to say this looking at DJ picture and he's so cute, but it's a lot of guys. It's so many guys that's like hotter than the average black guy they fighting over, with the exception of DJ Torch.
I think that I understand your question, but everyone is individuals. Like we can say a lot of things, but people want what they want. They have attraction to what they're attracted to. Majority of people are attracted to their own group of people. The problem, I don't think that there is anything wrong with black women being attracted to black men. I think the problem is black women allowing that attraction to overtake what's beneficial to them. So I think that's the issue. But I think that it's completely natural that black women are attracted to black men. I don't think that's the problem. The problem is that you are willing to go through so much just to be with a black man. But as you can see through time, when black women got fed up, a lot of them didn't go and deal with anyone else. They didn't go to other races. They didn't go get another black man. They just remained single, took care of their kids or whatever, because they just got fed up, and they didn't want to go to another man. You can't really force anyone to be with somebody that they don't want. But also, I think it also depends on how a lot of us grew up. Depending on what kind of environment that you grew up in. Some of us grew up in diverse communities where there were people of other, races, cultures there and ethnicities. So, and so we're more comfortable around those, whereas that there are people who may have grew up pro-black. They may have grew up in predominantly black environments, and that's their comfort zone.
Yeah, I agree with that because my aunt, I saw my aunt go through this. She has 5 kids by different men, and she is drop dead gorgeous. You know who what's her name? Eddie Murphy's ex-wife.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember her name.
Yeah, my aunt looks twice as better than her at now. She's I believe she's 53 years old because she was born in 71, so I think she's 53 or 54, and she looks better than that lady. She has 5 kids by different men, and I never understood. There was this one guy, he was a lawyer for the United Nations. He was a white guy, and he was drop dead gorgeous. He treated her wonderfully, and he really he was in love with her. I believe he was in love with her, right? And she never gave him a chance. She eventually told him, look, I have to be with a man that's black because our family was pan-Africanist, and my aunt converted to the Nation of Islam. So she felt as though she was brainwashed by other black men to only stick, like saying, they were saying horrible things, that the white people are the devil, that they're no good and that they're evil, and all these disgusting things I'm not even going to repeat. So this guy went on, and his net worth is now $70 million. Okay, he was a lawyer with the United Nations. He brought a lot of property, a lot of real estate, and now he's super rich. He's married to an Asian woman, and she lost her opportunity. And I know my aunt was sad, but she just was so loyal to black men, and black men, they never married her. They never put a ring
Right.
on her finger.
In other words,
And she,
black men in general, what you're saying is this: she was loyal to black men, but black men weren't loyal to her.
yes, and she missed out her opportunity to be with a man that's because he was, white, but this guy was gorgeous. Like, I would even look at him, I couldn't even speak. Like, I would look at him and I would just believe that I thought that he was an angel. I was like, this can't be real. That's how fine he was. And he was very nice. He was a gentleman, but she didn't give him a chance, and she lost her opportunity. So I just, that's why I get so upset. I was really upset about, like, why black women, why are black men allowed to have all the fun? Why are they're not loyal to you. Why are you loyal to them? You're putting yourself through hell. You're going to put yourself through hell while you're in this world, and then you're going to go to hell when you die following them, because these bandits, they destined to go to hell. So you're going to follow them straight to hell. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, Patricia Renee says this. Patrice Renee says this. You should be real careful speaking about women living with cats when we know the life expectancy of a lot of y'all. And she's talking about black men. Yes, we die earlier.
You know what? I was just thinking about that. Like, I was just actually looked at that comment with him saying this future for black women is to die with cats. And the crazy thing is that I don't know what it is with black men where they think that this is a thing that just black women is experiencing, because this is something that is happening nationally and globally, where women are tired of you men, all of you. It doesn't matter what you are. Now, you might can go and take your passport and go somewhere where women are, in situations where, they need to be married for financial reasons or whatever, and that's fine, and you can do that. That is your right to do that. That you can do that. But for the most part, the majority of women in the world are tired of you. And they're very happy with cats and dogs. And just to not have you around and have a headache or a heartache, or having to clean up after you and do all these things and be all these things and not be appreciated. So that cat thing that you keep threatening women with is not a threat. It's not it doesn't hurt women when you say that. I don't know. Y'all been saying that for like the last 10 years since Kitten Hills was around. And we all saw what happened with that. I don't even think a cat was there when he left. So this is the problem, is that you are actually projecting your life onto women, because women will always have family, they'll have friends, and animals will love them. But you fell out with everyone because you ran your mouth on the internet for 10 years talking about you hate every women and you this and that, and modern women and blah blah blah, whatever else. And you also disrespected cats and dogs, so they don't want you either. They don't want to deal with you. They don't like you. So to continue to tell black women that they're going to die with cats is an honor, actually, because you will have nothing, no one, not even cats, because they don't like you either. Just
Wait a
remember
minute.
that.
That's an insult to compare black men with dogs, because dogs are loyal and faithful. But anyway.
Well, they fell out with them too when they started talking badly about animals. To try to basically talk down on women. So now animals are also not dealing with you either. So I think what you might can do is get a passport and find some stray cats and dogs in certain countries that will deal with you. But as far as first world countries, those animals are not interested in either. That's just my public announcement for today. Adopt a cat at your nearest vet or whatever if you are a woman. And if you are a man, they're not interested. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Kiara.
I have a question for everyone on the panel.
Okay, go for it, Darnell.
Okay. So my question is, how does, and I'm just specifically making this question just for this BWE space because this is a BWE space. But how does insulting black men help the black community, and how does anyone kind of feel like maybe you're taking the red pill, the crazy red pill talking points, and then with the insults and things of that nature, and you're
No.
using reverse cards, and we can just go around the horn, just everyone's opinion.
Are you asking everybody that, Darnell, or are you asking the women, the ladies that?
I'm asking everyone. I want everyone's opinion.
Let's start off with Ellen, and then go to Camo, then Big J, then Diamond.
Okay, yes, we're not using red pill talking points because black women, and listen very, very carefully because it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Black women are doing what they need to do in the community. Black men are messing up the community. They are the ones that's deleting other black men, children, and anybody that's in sight. They are the ones that's turning their community into shambles. Unless you support degeneracy and evil doing, unless you support a broken community and broken home and broken and illegitimate kids, then okay, maybe we do got you're trying to say we got the same talking points. If black men were doing what they had to do, black women would not be complaining. Okay, so it's totally different. We're raising our kids. The men are leaving their children. Thank God that I'm happily married to a man that wasn't black, because the child that I have in my stomach right now, I probably would be a single mother had I would have stayed in a relationship with a black man. But no, it's not the same as red pill talking points. Black women, for some reason, and I'm on the outside, I'm on the outside looking in. Black women want their community. Black men want nothing to do with their community, or either they have no clue in how to lead and they're doing a horrible job. And we are trying to tell you, stop messing up your community. Why would you do this? We are the black women are giving the only crime that black women are doing is having your children, is getting and not having an abortion like they should. We can end this. We have the ability to end this. I'm not trying to be too long, but we have the ability to end this nightmare by not. They can cease to exist. This problem can cease to exist by us aborting and not giving birth, doing selective breeding, basically doing selective breeding. That's our only fault. And they blame us for that all the time. Well, you should have chose better, or you shouldn't have had no kids. It's your fault because you keep giving birth to these pookies and rays, not knowing that it's their fault because they weren't in the household to teach a man how to be a man, because that's the only one that can do it. Women can't teach a man structure and how to be a man. So the red pill talking points does not, it's not the same. We're not taught. We just want them to do better. We want to improve our community and they want to destroy it. Okay.
Okay. Yesterday I heard the.
Oh, wait. I thought it was going to be Camo and so.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had a follow up, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, this will be real quick because I don't pay attention to any of that. To me, it's all a red pill is a joke. The same man have been taught. It's the same thing. It's so annoying. It's so annoying that people are tired of it and people are making jokes about it. It's now become like a big just joke. Like none of this stuff makes is making any sense. It's the same conversation. The same man been sitting in the same spaces for the last 10 years, still crying about women and all this other stuff, and they're not saying that the more that they cry, the more that women just don't want to have nothing to do with them at all. And as far as the community, I've already given up because what I've seen is that it doesn't matter when it comes to whether it's red pill, BWE, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. People are going to do what they want to do. you can talk a hole into these people's head, and if they don't listen, if they don't get it, they're not going to get it. They're still going to do what they want to do. It's not my place to continue to try to drill into these women's heads that they should keep their legs closed and stop having these men children who don't want them, who clearly tell them they don't want them on a daily. And I'm not going to do that, because it's just too much. It's too much stress for me. It's too much stress for everybody else. These men, if they want to sit and be incels and continue to say that they are kings and the chosen man and all this other stuff, that's their choice to do. That's what I got.
Well, I think that assessment, I think that question is somewhat ludicrous, because the person who spoke earlier, I guess she kind of forgot about the red pill isn't just black men. If you know anything about the manosphere and the red pill community, you will know, though, people like Rollo Tomasi and Sandman and all those are whites and Asians. It's mainly a whole range of men. That's why, though, the Homeland Security is coming after all of the manosphere, not just black men. So for you to sit there and say, "Oh, the safest, I got me with a white man, therefore I'm not going to get left behind," because if you look at certain updated statistics, white women are the biggest number, percentage wise and in capital wise, of being single mothers. So it's no longer black women. So that whole black women card is the black men manosphere burnt that to the ground, because it's no longer true. Black women are not the greatest makers of single motherhood. So and then the talking points that the black manosphere came from Lee Atwater, Bill Bennett, and Dan Quayle and Patrick Buchanan. Those are 4 racist white men that the black manosphere created, and still white conservatives still have that talking point about their women, and you both black or white. So for you to sit there and make this point that because I have a white man, therefore though he won't leave me. Men are men, no matter what race he is. Male nature is male nature, and female nature is female nature, no matter what race that individual is. So what you just said is very disingenuous at best. And let me say it like this: in this whole conversation with the BWE and the manosphere, I view y'all as both sides of the same coin. That's why I was glad Sister G got Ghost, and I'm glad though Pearl got Ghost, and I'm glad that Fresh and Fit got Ghost, and I'm glad soon Obsidian will get his ass up on out here too. So that's how I see it. And I think that question, Darnell, you asked a question that should have been asked. That question been asked 10,000 times for the past 15 years on YouTube.
Okay.
It's time
well,
to turn the page.
Okay, Big J, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, I guess it's my turn since New Diamond, I guess she's in the chat for at the moment. Basically, the thing is there, Big J, what you ignored is that there's a huge difference between the white manosphere and the black manosphere. And in here, we are mostly referring to the black manosphere because they affect black women more than anybody else. Okay, first of all, the argument you made about the go get me a white man theory and everything like that, what you failed to mention was that there's a lot more white men to choose from, not only white men, but other men other than black men to choose from than there are black men to choose from. So
I wouldn't say that, because
by a logical standpoint, if you're just, let's say you were shopping at a supermarket or something, you're going to want to go to a place that gives you more options. Now,
Okay,
the thing is that if a black woman just only tries to get a black man, the quality of the man would be compromised because she would have to choose in a smaller lot of men. Why would anybody want to go to a lot with only maybe I'm going to go to cars. It's easier for me to do this way. Sorry for bouncing around. Let me talk. Let me talk right now, Jay. Let's say would you rather go to a lot filled with 100,000 cars or a lot filled with 100 cars to buy a car?
Depending on what the car, what the
Now,
car
now
is.
the same it's 100,000 cars, brand new, different dealerships versus 100 cars.
Probably different, probably a whole lot. I'll play your game, but I want you.
Okay, let me finish my
to
game
concede
then.
to my point.
Okay, so
I'll play
basically
your
the
game.
thing is this. What I'm saying is this. If a woman is just looking for a soul, regardless of the race of the woman or the man, you want more options.
Right.
Okay, because you know that compatibility, it could be very much a numbers game. Unless you know of some men that were brought up for a woman to marry, you know it's a numbers game to find a heart and soul that is compatible with yours.
Right.
So with that said, why black women, the only reason black women are losing is because black women have chosen strongly to only marry black men. That's the only reason, because you think about it, there are at least 200 million more options outside of the black community for black women.
Right. Go ahead.
Okay. So it's not about how, dissing black men or anything like that. It's none about that. It's just like, look, okay, if you just gotta have a black man and he's gotta have that brown skin, okay, know that you're probably not going to get the same quality of man that you would if you looked at men in a general sense. Because not because black men are monsters or giants in general, though we do have our share of bandits. But you just have less to choose from. You just have less to choose from, and what's going on, and it has been happening for years, is that black women have had to date down to find themselves a potential mate, whether it's on point or not, or they make the mistake or not. See, and that's the funny thing about when the black manosphere says choose better, because quite honestly, logically, choosing better would not be choosing them. Because who would want to choose a group of men that complain and defame women daily? You just wouldn't want to. Why would anyone of any race want to choose somebody from a group of people mentally that have an ideology of disrespecting someone to make them act better?
DJ Torch, may I interrupt?
Because they argue, the North American Negro argues from the position of weakness. They want to shame, blame, and explain. They think that's a source of power. However, Torch, now, I know you like to focus on the black manosphere, but if you really want to destroy the black manosphere, you have to destroy the entire goddamn thing. And the thing is, though, you want to talk about the red pill.
Real quick before you continue,
when you told me,
Big J, what percentage of the black manosphere do you believe represents? If you could take the black manosphere, how much of that is our black community? Men.
I can't quantify that, because every time I go out, I see black men with a black woman. I don't see them just cussing them out, beat them up, call them all names and stuff. So I don't see.
Well, you don't have to worry about that because the stats do that. But other than that, what you're saying is that
don't see that.
Feel that? Okay. How many black men are in the black manosphere right now?
Man, I cannot quantify. I can't quantify that.
I can quantify that for you, because Kevin has about 1.5 million, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got Poor Man Podcast. He got about 1 million, right? Okay. And then we have MTR and all of them. Let's say we got 10 million of them out there, but some overlap. So we're going to divide that by 2 and just say there's 5 million black men out there in the black manosphere total. Okay. because you can't, you know, some people, they subscribe to the same subscribers, right? So that's $5 million. That's 5 million men out of what? 15 million total?
I believe. Damn it! I knew the answer to this.
Yeah, but if you know, see, there's somebody say, you know, like people like myself and Aaron Fountain, we studied them, and the overlap. You know, you can't say all of them are black. Some of those guys up in there are white who are subscribing to them. So that's why I said you
Okay,
can't
wait.
quantify that
Let
number.
me make it
It's not-
clear.
it's not-
Just
it's not-
because somebody is married to a black woman doesn't make them non-red pill.
You hadn't listened to what I said. Listen to what I said, Torch. Me and Aaron Fountain studied the manosphere. There's a
If
lot
you
of
study the
overlap
manosphere, then you know
among
how many
racial
there are.
lines. No, there are some of those guys are not black. Some of them are white. Some of them are Asian.
So can
Okay,
I
wait.
ask you?
We're talking the black
telling you.
manosphere. My numbers were for the black manosphere for black men.
They
I want to
hold on.
understand your question
See,
real quick.
hold on, Torch. How long, man, you been on here? How long you been
I
on
know,
here,
said a
Torch?
year.
Right. Me and Aaron Fountain been here for years. We know who's in, who's not, what the racial makeup is. Not all of them are niggas. Yeah, the ones who crying the most.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one more time.
The one who crying.
I'm gonna ask you one more time.
Are niggas though.
Okay, if they're in the black manosphere, right? They're trying to date black women, right?
No, not all of them. Not.
Then why are they in the
Not
black
all of them.
manosphere?
To control women.
That, but
It's about
it's
control.
kind of strange though, because the black manosphere, isn't it supposed to be there to help black men and like deal with black male issues? So why would there? Which I do understand that there are for whatever reason men of other ethnicities, you know, even black men that are from different countries, you know, in a black manosphere, but their focus is always on black American women. And it's really interesting because it's so bad that I can be on TikTok or another completely app, and I'll have foreign men that's not even in America, you know, spew black red pill talking points to me as a black woman, based off of what they heard from the black manosphere. So what is the I don't understand what the purpose would be of a man of another ethnicity.
No, okay. Let me
Now
tell you
you
something,
can
Kim.
be in the black manosphere where their focus is mostly on American black women.
Right, but okay, Camo. Okay. Now there is an article about manosphere, the trouble of the manosphere in Kenya. I think that's a good article for you to read.
I think I read it. I think I did see. I went over a little bit of it. I heard some stuff about it.
Okay. Well, the thing is, the overarching issues with the manosphere between these.
What is that?
Yeah. What's that noise?
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Okay, because somebody about to get cussed out. That nigga about to get cussed out. But anyway, the thing is, right? Yes, you might be, yeah, you're right though to focus on black women, right? But if you really paid close attention, and it's like what Scott Galloway said, Professor Scott Galloway from the New York, from NYU, he said this is a fascist movement. Women is just a cover in order to control. This is not about black love and we need, a two-parent household. No, this is about controlling you and controlling your sexual access. That's what this is all about. It's not about we need to be, we need for black love, we need a black woman to have less abortions. No, it's about to control you. And they'll do any and everything to control you.
So
what?
based off of everything that you just mentioned, right? And your opinion, which I respect, is that the BWE and Black Manosphere is two sides of the same coin. Do you believe that black women is trying to control black men's sexual access to women or control them? Do you believe that that's what they're doing?
Well, me being in this space for all these years, yes, the older heads of the BWE had, like when Alfred White got killed in Jasper, Texas. A lot of the BWE in this space hounding him because, why should we march for a man whose wife was Caucasian? When Bolton John got killed in Dallas. Why should we march for Bolton John when Bolton John allegedly got shot by this white woman he was dating with? Then though, what happened to McCarty Henderson when McCarty Henderson went to Greece and got stumped out by the Croatians? We got Sin City G dragging him as he was dead. So it goes both sides of the same coin, all because these black men happen to be in the company of white women. They met their demise. So yes, it is. I see that as both sides of the same coin.
But the women themselves is telling you, that it has nothing to do with that. So them same women taking control over, their support of black men based off of the way black men have treated them, you think that it's because of sexual access, and it's not the fact that black women have supported black men all this time, and then you just come out and bash them and talk crazy, and then also throw white women in their face the same, and then that same white woman take your life, or she take your job, and she do all these things, and then you expect for black women to, to just be behind you and like, yeah, that's wrong, brother. Like is that what you think should happen? You really do think that these black women want to control black men's sexual access?
Do you think though it was right for what happened to the Bolton John? Do you believe that Bolton John should have been dragged? Do you think
I don't know. I don't know who Bolton John is. I don't know who that is.
I make a more popular analogy. Big J, everybody loved Michael Jackson. They mourned Michael Jackson. Black women mourned Michael Jackson a lot, and he passed away. And he was with a white woman. His kids are white.
And
then
Torch, are you sure Michael Jackson's kids are his?
I mean,
can I say something?
That's even worse. Those are kids that he claimed. I mean, that's even worse than the fact that he wanted white children so bad that he was willing to use somebody else's, seed to have these white children. That's even worse.
Yep. And black women love the heck out of them still today.
DJ, I wanted to say something regarding to this guy. The black manosphere and the white manosphere are not the same thing. These powerless, the black manosphere, this is what I believe. This is what I believe. The white manosphere, they just hate women, like the red pill and the black. From what I understood, I don't have to study them. I just looked at a few videos. They are just misogynist, period. The black manosphere, they love white women. They love every other woman besides a black woman. Okay. And I personally feel that the only reason why the black manosphere is there because these are a bunch of powerless men. They're a bunch of powerless men and they want power. And the only way they can do it is by bashing black women, who is the most unprotected woman on the face of the planet. So they want to get some type of remnants of power that other groups of men has taken from them. So they do it by bashing black women, and they get a sexual kick off of degrading black women. These are guys, and also the incel community has joined with the manosphere and the black. I don't know if it's a black red pill, but anyway, they're two totally different organizations.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Anyway, the black manosphere is a group of men who can't get laid, who just want to bash black women because they have no power. When people blame other people, that's because only a powerless man blames other people, and these men are extremely powerless. I just feel as though that they're doing it for that reason, to get sexual kicks by bashing black women and to feel powerful. The white manosphere does it because they can't get laid by women and they just hate all women, probably mostly white women, but they don't say white women. They don't say, like, they just say women in general. So it's for totally two different motives. And the saying says, monkey see, monkey do. Black men want to be white men, basically, vast majority of them, and they're going to do whatever white men are doing. So that now, just white men got the manosphere. Now black men want to do it. The only thing they can do, black men, they want to be whitey so bad that they can't even do organized crime. They can't even be criminals correctly. They can't even organize it. Do you know everything that they do, they F up. So I think it's two totally different things. But I could be wrong. So anyway, go ahead, DJ.
All right, let's let Mike talk for a minute, and then we go back to Darnell. Okay, Mike. Oops.
Okay, but thing about the manosphere is they both speak negatively about women. It don't matter if they're the black manosphere or the white manosphere. But the thing I noticed about the black manosphere that's different than the white manosphere and the manospheres of the different races of other manospheres is black men have to drag. It's a lot of these panels with guys like Anton Daniels and all of them. They like to have non-black women in the panels, trying to make themselves look better than the black women on the panels. Cause one of these, I remember watching the videos of a panel somebody did on another channel. They had a non-black woman in the panel, and they said the non-black women was speaking negatively about black women and their marriages. But when the black woman asked the non-black woman about her husband and why she married him, knowing he had kids from his previous marriage, the non-black woman didn't want to answer it. It was like she wanted to get an attitude because the black woman asked her that, but yet she talked bad about black women. A lot of these non-black women are just as guilty are just as trifling as the guys, as the black men. They invite them on their panels.
Yes, I do believe that many of those women, there are a lot of women, non-black women who basically in their own community has no value at all, and
Exactly.
they have value and black men take them. So of course they're gonna sit there and say all kind of stuff, but then behind closed doors they say horrible things to those very same black men. Because even the fact that they publicly talk bad about black women in the presence of black men, they're pretty much slapping you in the face at the same time, because you have black parents, relatives, and people that you care about, but you allow them to. It's just really degrading, actually, for it to happen. But yeah, I do agree.
Well, they have to. Okay, black men. See, one thing about a lot of black men that I notice is that they like pain, and black men like to for some reason they prefer racist white women sexually. So they have to be that way. That they don't care about. You saw the clip, the cheaters clip, where there was a Latino woman and there was a white woman and it was a black woman, and the black guy was cheating on. They had some little threesome. The Latino woman and the white woman. They had a threesome going on, and he was cheating with them on the black woman, and he was like, "Well, you got a nerve to cheat on us with a black woman, and all this and I'm telling you,
They call her. I think they call. Excuse my French. I think they call that black woman a black bitch or something like that.
Oh yeah, they did.
Watching them.
So black men, they like having sex with racists. The more racist, the more hotter it is. Like the more they enjoy the sex. So and then they get turned on talking about black women to their racist trailer park trash women that they get. So they like doing that. It's like a slave, like what do you call that, race play or something. They get really, really sexually aroused. Yeah, talking about black women, and the white women get a sexual kick too. They get is just as sexually aroused as the black man degrading that black woman, and it's disgusting. That's why I'm saying black women just divest. You go, it's crazy.
I see the same thing when with these podcasters and stuff like that. To me, it seems like these men is like aroused and like they have some type of kink that they love to hear women being defiled and disrespected. They have to hear it. A lot of these people, these men, even if they wanted to change their image or what their podcast would be, it wouldn't work because their core audience want to hear this. They want their kink to be um they want to have get their kink off by listening to this, these men degrade women. And just like, one thing I will say is, like Big J said, I see it with all of them. You even got some Hispanics now that got some type of fake Fresh and Fish podcast, or they was trying to start it, and then when Fresh and Fit got canceled, a lot of that died down. But had Fresh and Fit not get canceled, you would have saw more and more and more different groups of men, having these podcasts, because for whatever reason there are lots of men who like to sit and hear about these things, and I think that they get some type of sexual gratification from it. That's just my opinion.
Because back to Camo. I mean, yeah, but you must be talking about the SPI guys, the Hispanic manosphere. They're around, but I don't know. I always get a kick out the Asian manosphere because they always use black men's talking points, but then they hate on black men stealing their women. I find that amusing, but how they take black men's talking points, the black manager's talking points, and then bash black men over the head with their own talking points when they're trying to quote unquote protect their Asian women. So, I find that amusing though. Well, I mean, amusing not in the way that they take our talking points and then they bash us over the head.
It's kind of weird. It's like this. Just like you said before, this is not a black manosphere talking point. This is a man talking point, because this talking point started with white men, doing this. And it's very interesting how black men, when they started doing it, became the loudest voice. Like almost like it was more entertaining to hear black men bash black women. It's the loudest voice. Do you hear it? Do I see other podcasts? Yes, I do. I see other podcasts of other groups of men, but black men, of course, have the loudest voice. And even in those other groups of men, I'll hear them also talk about black women, because obviously talking about black women, gets more views than you actually talk about your own women, because you have all these other groups of men all worshiping the same kinds of women, which is white women. So they don't like they don't like it when they don't get the same gratification that they get from when black women are being bashed as they do with other groups of women, because all of those other groups somehow is able to fit black women into their talking points.
Because I remember I had you've been on my panel before, Camo. You remember when I put up that picture of Obsidian, and Obsidian was sitting in a room full of those white dudes. All those white dudes in that room, the Homeland Security is after. Those people used to be part of the Voice for Men website, the website that like 21 convention, all of that. So yeah, you see, the thing is though, they the one created this movement, but then they use people like Obsidian, so Obsidian can sit there and say all this foolishness, and him and Tommy would be the entire voice. They'd be unpaid, quote unquote unpaid work, I should say. The hype man, I should say, for the red pill community. So
What happened was it was I believe it always was a money thing because
right, it
when
was.
I started researching this from even back then, some of those guys that you named, which some of those guys was actually involved in a January 6th situation or whatever at the Capitol. Those men was actually selling, you know, I guess classes or some type of stuff or whatever to help men become alpha men or masculine or deal with women and becoming pickup artists and all this other things.
Mm-hmm.
So just
Mm-hmm.
like how you said, like maybe in the beginning before black men got involved, it would have been them talking about their own women. But then when black men got involved, it was like, oh well, we don't even have to talk about our own women anymore because they're louder and we still can, make money off of this without even talking about our own women because black men will do it. They'll talk about their women.
Right. Okay. Let's use. Okay. Let me use this. Right now, when like not Kevin, Obsidian used to come on YouTube. First time he came in, he always bring up Tom Likas, right? Tom Likas, he used Tom Likas talking about this. All of a sudden, Tom Likas stopped talking. Obsidian got bigger and bigger, and Kevin got bigger and bigger. As soon as Kevin died, who was bashing Kevin Samuels? Tom Likas.
Yeah, the white guy, right?
Right, the same white guy that was feeding them all the red pill meat, bashing them because Kevin got all the money and Tom Likas did.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, they're playing themselves. So anyway, I'm gonna jump on off.
I wanted to say that a lot of the reason why these white women and these women of non-color, the reason why they allow black men to bash black women and call black women all type of derogatory names, to say black women are ugly, black women look like monkeys, it's because these women, they are very jealous of black women. They feel as though black women are the ultimate femininity. Even though black men don't feel this way, black men tell you loud and clear how much they hate you and they don't respect your femininity. But these women, for example, let me give you Brazil, for example. The white women over there in Brazil, the reason why they try to get their bodies to look like black women, and this is coming from the horse's mouth. This white woman told me this. She said, we really love the way black women bodies look. We think their bodies are like goddesses, so we try to get our bodies to look like that. That's why the white women over there, they use plastic surgery to get their bodies to look like that. It also happens in Latin America, even though they're very curvy naturally, like in the Dominican Republic, they get a lot of surgery to get BBLs to look like black women. So, it's basically they don't these women think black women are better, and black men have to constantly tell them that how much they like their features better than black women, and those women don't say anything. They don't most of them don't stand up for black women because they're self-conscious about themselves compared to a black woman. And I can't make this stuff up. This is the truth.
Get into all that because I really don't care like about either of the two. I feel like this is internal issues that people deal with as far as their own self-esteem of them having to constantly be validated that they look better than some other group of women while also imitating that same group of women. It's ridiculous to me. So that's not even something that I can care less about what they say to those women, what the women say to them. Long as neither one of them say it to me, it's not. I don't care.
Exactly.
But, I wanted to say something though to bring it back to Simone Biles. So a couple of years ago, I remember, I don't know who said it. I'm gonna look into it again, and I don't know what was happening at the time, but I believe it was a football player himself, that made a discussed, being a football player and not really getting the recognition as some, that I guess the celebrity, treatment that other celebrities get. And one of the things that they talked about was that, football players wear helmets. So a lot of times people don't know who they are. I mean, I guess unless you are, a star football player that your face is everywhere and everybody knows you. And even with the Simone Biles situation, like I said, I wasn't in the chat, like when they were saying, when Big J was saying, "Oh, it's black community that's talking about," no, it's a whole conversation that's being had all over the internet. Even on TikTok, there's like this challenge that white women are doing where they're asking their women, "Do you know who Simone Biles' husband is?" And nobody really knows who he is. Even right now, I don't know his name. I don't. I just know that I just knew that Simone Biles got married to someone that was in the NFL, and that could be also a possible thing of, what he is possibly maybe dealing with, whereas that he doesn't get the same acknowledgments, I guess, for his accomplishments that Simone does. So when he went on his podcast, and that's a whole nother issue in itself of married men going on these podcasts and running their mouth, and then it ends up going viral, and whatever happens down the road. But that's another conversation. But I think that play a part into his behavior and why it came off the way they do, because like I said, I did hear an interview of a football player, and I'll try to find that and I'll give it to DJ, and he can let you guys hear it, where he discussed what, I guess he was talking about why a lot of football players get into trouble, and a lot of things that they do, is a lot of it comes to the fact that they don't get a lot of acknowledgement for their accomplishments and what they do. A lot of people don't know them. They wear, unless they don't all get the shine. We all can name a few football players, but it's because they are star football players. Unless you just follow, football, and you have, a favorite and you know them, there are many football players who no one knows who they are at all. They wear helmets. Nobody knows who they are. We'll never talk about them. We'll never see them. And nobody may ever, really talk about them. So, that could be one of the things where he's, dealing with the fact that he's married to someone who is a larger, well-known, athlete than himself. That's it.
All right, let's go into last words. Darnell, go ahead and give us, your thoughts for the evening.
I'm sorry, DJ took too much feedback. What did you say?
We're gonna wrap it up. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Just to be honest with you, I kind of really disagree. I do believe, my opinion is that the BWE Red Pill talking points is basically the same thing. All we're doing is cross-bashing each other, whether you want to realize it or not, which is fine. But you asked me yesterday, DJ Torch, how to fix the black community, okay? And to be honest with you, from what I can see, there is just no fixing it, so I don't know. Maybe the passport bros should just do what they do. Black women, go find your white knight or husband. And that's just about it, really. I mean,
all right. You can't get laid.
Yeah, I agree with you, Darnell. They should do those passport, because we don't want them no way. So yeah, they should go overseas and basically stay there. So, and there is a fixing. The only fixing of the community is black women need to do selective breeding. And I just wanted to make a comment to El Viajero Pues, that no, they do look up to black women's bodies. I mean, I know firsthand they are mixed because they mix themselves up, and that, the white supremacists over there wanted that beautiful black gene. They wanted to have, the black body, but that's another story. But yeah, Darnell, You're right. I don't feel as though that's what I've been trying to explain to black women. You know, you think that I don't hate black men. I don't hate anybody. My focus is on black women. I know that black women, it's like they're in a hypnotic state, which renders them from doing the right thing by not doing selective breeding. It's like we're in a deep sleep. And I'm trying to wake black women up. I don't have anything against, I don't care what black men do. They're not my concern. And people think they're trying to make me seem like I hate black men, and that's not the case. I just want black women to live their best lives and be happy. And I know, as a person who senses things, as a person who is very, very intuitive, I'm not going to say psychic because I don't, but very intuitive, I don't see a future for us as a black race if black women don't open their options or do selective breeding. It's not going to happen. And I see really, really far. It's just like we're going to go in the same cycle until we're going to be a permanent underclass if we keep on with this. Let these men go. And if black men were any type of good men, if they still want to have a chance to redeem their souls and redeem themselves, they would let black women go. They stop the hate speech. Let them go on with their education, and eventually they will, find men who are compatible with them. You go overseas, live your best life, bust as much nuts as you can, just go ape shit crazy, and just let black women do the right thing. Okay.
All right. Camo, did you have any last words?
Well, I think that when it comes to the black community and the relations between black men and black women, first of all, like, people are gonna date in proximity of them. We all are in different classes, even though for whatever reason the black community, black people don't look at it that way. So it's not just as simple to say, there's certain black women of certain demographics that should just go over into another demographic and and get a man, or they should accept some type of relationship from a man of a different demographic, whether it's race, financial status or whatever, because that's not reality. Now I will say, for those women in the black community, especially young women who are growing up, that may come from the lower parts of America, I would think that you would strive to be the best you, to get out of that situation, to put yourself in the proximity of a better selection of men, when it comes to, as far as like relationships, safety, your education and those things. And I think that's a start of black women fixing things for themselves. But the same time, um I came to YouTube a few years ago, and when I first got here, there was a lot of things going on with BWE where, women was on the same page, and women was active on and off YouTube, when it came to black issues that was dealing with black women. And those women are gone. That's not no longer happening. I don't. I believe that YouTube gave everyone a platform where you would be able to spread whatever information you want. Black people could easily have used this platform to educate one another, and to also bring forward issues that affect the black community. And that's not what happened. Black men decided to follow along with the red pill or whatever, and discuss dating for forever and ever, until we all got tired of it. And then BWE fell apart for whatever reason, and now it's just a bunch of BS. It's You could talk to people until they are blue in the face, and it doesn't change anything. And I'm not going to continue to waste my time and energy and resources discussing things with women that that is basically, it's just, they just come here for entertainment and whatever case may be. At this point, I'm here for entertainment. I'm here to socialize and discuss things with like-minded men and women. And that's my purpose here. I don't care which your where you come from and which your sexuality. I don't care about any of that. Like, as long as you can have a respectful conversation, I am willing to have a conversation with you, and I'm willing to listen to what you have to say. But when it comes to all of the whatever, whatever was going on before, it's not no longer happening. So that's no longer my interest. I feel like Black women said what they need to say. And they have been talking for a long time. And if you really want to, if you really want some information, if you really want help, then you know where to go at this point. I think that to think that we're going to be on YouTube and make some type of big change in the Black community is ridiculous. It's just not. People have to want to change. The majority of Black people, and when we in reference to speaking about Black men, the majority of Black people in general support Black men, whether you are Black or, whether you're a man or woman. Like BWE and divestors is a small group of people. The Manosphere is a small group of people outside of the Black community. And then you have people that is actually living life every day. And those people have to make a conscious decision to want to move forward and, change their lifestyles and, to get the Black community in a better place. And whenever that happens, if it do happen, then that's when it'll happen. I don't think there's any amount of conversation on YouTube or any type of social media platform that will change that. I'm actually getting tired of hearing it, like, honestly. Like, it doesn't matter where I go, there's some form of conversation about some dating or whatever, as if that is like the biggest issue in the Black community, which clearly with all these kids running around and STDs and all this other stuff, Black people is not having a problem dating each other and getting with each other. It's just not. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. And thank you for allowing me to speak. Y'all have a good evening.
But DJ, can I just say something real quick and then I'm gonna end it? I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh, go for it.
I just wanted to say that God, I was gonna say something, like I forgot. Yeah, I just want to say that yes, it's not. I'm starting to like get tired also, but I don't know. That was a lot for me I'm really starting to get tired. I'm trying to get Black women to wake up, but I don't know what is gonna like. I think we need men that's to say that, look, Black men or Black women, you need to open your options, because they're not gonna listen to a woman. They're not gonna support women. I see every day, I see Black men and Black women getting together, but it's more so of the community that I'm talking about. The community is messed up. There's so many illegitimate kids. Like, if you go to a Black neighborhood, there's so many single mothers. It's not, just because you get with one another because they're the closest thing. The only reason why Black men are even getting with Black women is because they're the closest thing around until they get themselves together or get into a higher position to get a woman of another race. But anyway, I don't know. I'm getting tired too, so I'm just gonna use this for entertainment purposes, and I'm gonna like probably get my channel going into a different direction because I'm done too. I can't get Black women to wake up.
Thank you so much for your commentary. You can't get laid? Here we go, everybody. I'm going to kick the beat. I would like to thank everybody for coming through tonight. That includes the Urbanista, Conscious Mind Love, New Diamond, Bridget Mouton, Big JX,
in this moment, yes, I cannot
Chase
say
Renee,
what's wrong or right.
Fred.
It's not hard to fool me, 'cause I'm addicted
Fiona.
to the good life. Yeah, lead the way.
Indiana.
I follow. No need to say.
Ray Yoga.
Where we are heading now, babe. I follow
Mistress
to
Newbie.
the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
Iraq girl.
So tell your good night. Cause I'll find no better one. Yeah.
Newbie and Khaleesi.
Before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell you good night. Cause I'll find a better one. Ooh,
Evan.
susceptible night. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem. Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow.
Then Casket.
No need to say.
From the chat.
Where we are heading now, babe.
Letitia Lovejoy.
To the edge of it all.
Icy Black Magic.
Cause I'll find a better one.
Rika Reed Gaming.
Yeah. Susceptible night.
Ellen Whitley. Darnell Elliott.
Cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible
Thank you everyone for coming through.
before the moment flies.
See you on the next one.